Let's Get Inspired live vlog. My name is Brad, and today is what day are we on today? Let me get a little bit closer, sorry. It's Monday, isn't it? It's the 16th of February 2026, of course. It's just before 8 p.m. in the evening. What we're going to be talking about today, as I'm sure you may, let me check the microphone. Hope the screen's okay as well. What's happening at the moment? It's basically the start of a new Chinese New Year. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in a moment, once I've got warmed up, let's say. Let me just give me a moment, please. So I've got my notes here, which I'm just rustling through. So today's live, obviously it's episode 90, as I've said. It's the year of the fire horse. What it really means, that is going to be starting tomorrow. So just before I do that, I'm just going to type something in. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry, I'm going a little bit slower today. What? This is a little bit more of a fun live, really. Well, trying to be at the very least. I'll just put all comments read as well. Something a little bit different. Let me just go to the comments in a moment. Let me see what's going on. Nothing's going on at the moment. I'm just going to make sure I'm working as well. Let me just see. I'm just warming up a little bit. Let's see how this one goes. Let's see if this gets any traction. Who knows? Nothing happening at the moment. Let me just see before I start. It's on my own here. Let's see. There we go. Yes, well, I am live. That's fine. Right, so I'm going to carry on. I'm going to speak the best I can, in the best way I can, let's say. So yeah, Let's Get Inspired live vlog, episode 90. It's the year of the fire horse. It starts tomorrow. You might believe in it, you might not do. But I just thought I'm going to speak a little bit about it today. That's what I'm going to be going with. So what does it really mean? What could it mean for you? I'll briefly speak about last year, which was the year of the snake. And then tomorrow, as from tomorrow, it's going to be the year of the fire horse. Each zodiac sign has an element next to it as well. And I'll speak about that in a moment. Jordan, hi Jordan, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Good evening to you too. Hope you're okay, Jordan. Have you been at work today is the question. I have. Naringa, hi Naringa, how are you? Hope you're okay. My name's Brad. So Jordan said that Jordan is saying my zodiac animal is the dragon. Interesting. Jordan, do you know what element is linked to your sign as well? That might tell you a little bit more about it, because every year there's a different element linked to each sign as well. I don't know if that's any interest to you, but there you go. So dragons, so they're confident, intelligent, and enthusiastic, amongst other things. Naringa is really in my algorithm saying hi, Lords. I hope that you're okay, Naringa. Steve says hi, Steve Loam. Nice to see you on here again. Huntertainment Central says hi, Huntertainment. My name's Brad. This is just tongue-in-cheek to an extent with the whole Chinese astrology thing. I don't think it says everything about somebody. It's just I think it's just something to talk about because it's new and it can be interesting, I suppose. Depends which way you look at it. Johnny's saying, yeah, I've been to work. I'm absolutely knackered. Yeah, I know that feeling, mate. I know that feeling. Get an early night tonight if you can, mate. You're not sure what it is, to be honest. Naringa's saying I'm a dragon also. So Naringa, I'm just looking at my computer here. Confident, intelligent, and enthusiastic. Do you agree with those personality traits, Naringa? Confident, enthusiastic, and intelligent. Hunter Entertainment saying, nah, I hate China. Why do you hate China? They're a superpower. I suppose they're one of the up-and-coming superpowers, aren't they? I suppose there's good and bad in everything, Hunter Entertainment. Well, add me as a moderator. Hunter Entertainment, I don't know you. So I won't be doing that today. I've already got some moderators who I trust, and I don't really know you. But you're more than welcome to be on here, of course. Steve is then saying mine is a horse. Fucking hell, Steve. So if you do believe in it, Steve, you might not do, which is absolutely fine. It's your year, mate. It's your fucking year. You're going to be smashing it this year. You're going to be smashing it this year, Steve. Do you believe in it is the question. Horses are, let me look, animated, active, and energetic. They're doers as a horse. And it's, yeah. Do you believe in it, Steve, is the question. Hunter Entertainment saying I'm a guinea pig. Oh. I wonder what the special powers of the guinea pig are, Hunter Entertainment. I'll go with pig. I'm just reading out the basics here. Pig is compassionate, generous, and diligent. Johnny saying I agree with it for me, to be honest. Yorick says hi. Hi, Yorick. How are you? Hope you're okay. Mine is, I'm a dog, basically. Year of the dog. And the element linked to my name will be, water dog. Hunter Entertainment saying I've subbed. Thank you, Hunter Entertainment. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for subscribing. Steve Lum says I'm a horse. Element is fire and wood. Fire and wood. A mixture of the both. If you believe in it, you might not do, but if you do, you're gonna have a top year, mate. It's your year. Well, I hope you have a good year. I hope everyone has a good year, for God's sake. But of course, Yorick, saying, hi, Yorick. What's good? How are you? Yorick saying not bad. Bobby Taylor says hi. Hi, Bobby. Nice to meet you. My name's Brad. Someone is spamming Entertainment saying, sometimes that happens, mate, to be honest. Especially on here. It's how it goes. Steve Lum says this. Johnny says good stuff. And Hunter Entertainment said, and I liked. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Zuke. Hi, Zuke. Suke. Goats. Goat. Let me have a quick look. Goats, calm, gentle, and sympathetic. Steve Lum says, I don't know. You can, if you go to Google or ChatGPT, you can just type in the year you were born, the date that you were born, and it'll tell you what your Chinese astrology sign is. It helps us to get to know ourselves a little bit better, I think. I don't think there's everything with that. Anyway, I think there's more to it than just that. Anyway, Sarah Syndrome. Hi, Sarah Syndrome. How are you? Hope you're okay. So we've got a lot of dragons on here today. Dragons tend to be quite dominant, I think, as well. Confident, intelligent, enthusiastic, Sarah Syndrome, should I say. Steve saying, I have two dogs, Great Dane and Golden Retriever. They're big dogs. Golden Retrievers aren't massive. Golden Retrievers are they're little lovely dogs. Great Danes are massive though, aren't they? As I'm sure you know, Steve. Entertainment saying under lights. Yes, you did. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, let me crack on. So, the 12 Chinese zodiac animals are, you might already know this, rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. So, there's 12. There's also 5 elements. So this year will be a fire horse year. That starts tomorrow. Wood, and these are the 5 elements, and I'll tell you what's linked to them if you're interested. I'll go with it. It won't take me long to say this. So wood is growth, flexibility, and creativity. Fire is energy, passion, and intensity. So that's going to be this year. Wood was last year. It was, what was it? It was snake year, wasn't it? Wood snake. So it was growth, flexibility, and creativity. This year, fire horse, energy, passion, and intensity. Earth is more stability, practicality, and reliability. Metal is strength, determination, and focus. And the last one is water, which is adaptability, emotions, and wisdom. So each animal combines with an element. Each element combines with an animal once every 60 years. So there will only be, every 60 years, fire horse will happen once. Wood snake was last year. Every 60 years that will happen once. Steve saying, LKR, I don't know what you mean by that. Sorry, Steve. Saying she is crazy. Sandra saying, what is my Chinese zodiac animal? Sandra, you're 1985. Ox, Sander, you'd be ox, which is linked to Taurus as well. So diligent, dependable, strong, and determined would be some of the traits, not all of the traits there. Yeah, you'd be ox, by the way. Mine is dog. Sander saying Timmy. There's Timmy. I'm just introducing Timmy there. I'm just keeping him in the background to keep an eye on things. I think he's cool. So there you go. Timmy is a turtle, of course, so he's not included in this Chinese zodiac. He's not included in any of these, unfortunately. I think he wishes he was, but unfortunately, the Chinese didn't include turtles in the in that equation. Let's say that. So anyway, I'll keep him there just to keep an eye on proceedings. Sanders saying he's adorable. Yeah, very cute. I thought I'd have him in the background. So I'll keep going. I'll keep reading the comments the best I can, guys. So I'm going to move on. So last year, I'm going to talk about last year. Huntertainment saying, then add me as a mod. Huntertainment, I'm really, really sorry. I don't know you. I've already got moderators. I've got 4 moderators who are active. I don't want any more at the moment. Maybe in the future I will do, but right now I don't. But for me to add someone as a moderator, I've got to know them and I've got to trust them. And the truth is, this is the first time I've seen you on here. So therefore, if I don't know you, I can't fully trust you. And I don't want to add anyone on at the moment. So that's my honest answer. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate that. And you're more than welcome to come on here anytime. Steve says hi again. Hi back to Steve again. How was work for you, Brad? Yeah, I worked. What did I do today? I was meant to work in orthopedic hands in the theatre. That's where I work, of course. Then what was I going to say then? But there was sicknesses today. 4 scrub staff were sick and 2 theatre support workers were ill. So 6 staff were ill today, which is a lot of people, all off at once. So that means I had to go to work. I worked in neurology today, which is basically private parts. That's where I worked at today. And I worked there, I scrubbed there. I had a really good team with me and I had a really good day, mate. Jordan, it was a great day. Hunter Entertainment saying, well, if you know me, I'm 53 house. What the hell? I will tickle my pickle. Entertainment. You can tickle your pickle as long as you want, mate. That's your choice. That's your time. Of course, I respect that. I'm laughing here. I'll leave you to that, mate. Steve Lum saying, I work at the hospital and I witnessed someone's passing. Oh, God, yeah, I've been there, mate. Sorry to hear that, Steve. What do you do at the hospital, if you don't mind me asking? Stan is saying it's half term, LOL. Yeah, it's half term. Yeah, it is. The kids are off school, aren't they? Jordan's saying, Sander, it's half term, and unfortunately I have to fucking work through it. Well, I feel your pain, Jordan, because, you work at the school as well as a caretaker, don't you? You've got to work through it. That's a bit harsh, Jordan. I'd understand it if you're working at Mackey's or something. It's different. But if you're working at a school as a caretaker, that sounds a bit harsh. Entertainment's then just still he's just laughing his thingy off, saying just tickle my pickle. Anyway, I'll keep reading the comments, of course, but I'm going to read this. Wood snake was last year, 2025. So the overall theme for that, I'm referring to my notes to be open and honest here, was strategic growth and quiet power. So calculated moves over impulsive action, 2025, which is last year, which we can reflect on a little bit. Favoured thinking before acting, planning and not rushing, taking your bloody time. Behind the scene transformation, snake energy works quietly. That was last year. That's been and gone. Big shifts happen subtly, not dramatically. So last year would have probably been, if you believe in this type of thing, not massive changes happening. We're on about the wood snake here, which is the last day of it now. This is the last day of it. Intellectual focus, good year for learning, research and skill building. Mental sharpness increases. Let me read the comments. Let me see. Jordan saying, got to keep the school in good condition. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, that's loud. Entertainment saying it. Okay. Steve says, I do anything but mostly going to surgeries. What do you do there, Steve, exactly? You go into surgeries. What do you mean? Elaborate a bit if you can. Jordan's saying 2025, Newcastle won the cup against Liverpool. Yeah. Entertainment saying surgery baby in belly. surgery baby in belly. What the hell? That sounds crazy, man. Tina Foyle Tara, I think it is. Hi, Tina. How are you? My name's Brad. So yours is the horse year. This is your year. This starts tomorrow. Tinfoil Tara. The horse year starts tomorrow. So if you're going in line with this, it's going to be your year. And horses, and the person, I'll just go through it very briefly. One moment. I'm going really slowly now. I'm just referring to my computer here. Horse is, let's have a look. I'm looking at the traits here. So I'm not an expert at these things. Animated, active, and energetic would be some of the traits for the horse. Steve saying, I like today. I also did a shift. I did a C-section. What's your job, Steve? What do you do? Huntertainment saying, answer my question, Roblox or Mario? I'd say Mario. I've never played Roblox. Tinfoil Tara is saying, I bet it better be. I've had enough bad luck. I'm sorry you've had bad luck. I hope that you have a really good year this year. I hope it's a lot better for you this year. There's ups and downs. Steve saying I'm a surgeon. How long have you been a surgeon for, and what type of surgeries do you do? But also a doctor. A surgeon is a doctor, Steve. A surgeon is like a top tier doctor, basically, in a way. You could say it that way. Anyway, I'll keep going. Intellectual focus, I've already said that. Selective trust, I'm on about the snake year last year. I'm just briefly going through it. Snake energy is cautious. This was last year. People may become protective of their time and energy. Anyway, forget about that. That's last year. That's gone. Sanders saying it as it is, saying, LOL, you're neither a doctor or a surgeon. I call bullshit. Yeah, I'd agree. It's obvious, clear. A surgeon, usually surgeons are very, 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 very intelligent. They're much more intelligent than I ever will be. They run rings around me. I'm a scrub nurse. They're a surgeon. And it takes years and years and years and years to get that good. And when you speak to them, consultants, the top of the food chain, doctor basically, and the way that they speak is so intellectual and so smart and so mindful. And you can just tell, mate. So, yeah. Anyway, Timmy, what's that, Timmy? Timmy says, yeah, he agrees too. Sandy's saying, Sandy's saying Timmy agrees. Yeah. Absolutely. Fucking obvious, isn't it? Come on. Anyway, let me talk about this year. This is what's important. The past has been and gone. You're a neurosurgery surgeon. Steve, you are not. You're on about doing C-sections. And now all of a sudden you're a neurosurgery surgeon. No, you're not. Anyway, I beg to differ, sir. Hunter Tim saying bullshit, he said. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, I really appreciate realness, genuineness, integrity, all those types of things. That's what I'm about. I'm not much time for lies, really. If you're lying to yourself. It's sad. Hunter Tamer saying I hate assholes. Same here, Hunter Tamer. I don't like rude people. Yes. Sandy says no, Steve. Piss off, mate. Yeah, LOL. Anyway, let me talk about what's going to be happening or potentially happening. If you believe in it, you might. If you don't believe in it, that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to believe in it. I'm going to go with this. Fire horse year. Overall theme, action, speed, and visible change. Fast momentum. Things are going to change quickly. Starting from tomorrow, things move quickly. Sudden decisions, rapid developments. Bold individuality. Forgive the pun, not bald like my head, but bold, courageous individuality. People asserting independence. People thinking, fuck this, I'm doing me. I'm doing what's best for me. I'm going to go for it. I might not feel the most confident. I might not be in the best position, but fuck it, I'm going for it. That type of energy. Less tolerance for control or restriction. And I love that. I fucking love that. I think that people should have autonomy about what they want to do. I hate restrictive environments where it's really rigid and you can't really be yourself. I don't like that. And that's not that linked to the horse year. Horses like to run free. Of course they do. They like to go for it. High emotional intensity. So passion rises, but no sulk and conflicts. You've got to be careful, especially with that fire element with regards to the horse year. It's having that fire in your belly. Fire in your belly means you've got that energy there. It's fucking you going for it, but you've got to be careful for it not to burn you out. If the fire burns too brightly, you can burn the candles at both ends, can't you, potentially? And if you burn the candle at both ends, you can burn out. Hunter Entertainment says, because arseholes can call people swear words. Sometimes they do, yeah. Sometimes Entertainment, sometimes though, someone can be an arsehole and not use swear words. They can talk to you in a really rude manner. It's all about tone, isn't it? That's what I think anyway, Entertainment. I don't know what you think. But yeah, I think it's tone. You could say something really politely, rude, really, really rudely. Or you could swear, but not swear at someone. I think it depends on the energy and the intent behind the words. If you know what I mean. That's my thoughts anyway. Anyway, I'll move on. Excitement and burnout are both possible this year in a horse year. Absolutely. Entertainment saying, yeah, probably play Roblox. You must love Roblox. It's a very popular game. I've never played it. There's going to be risk-taking, entrepreneurial energy, doing your own thing. But the thing that I'm doing now is that. Bailey, hi Bailey. Hello, this is positive. Hello, Brad. I did my ice swim today. I raised £1,028. Wow, that's bloody amazing. Absolutely amazing, Bailey. How far did you swim? Is the question. I swim, and that's not easy, mate. I've got a few questions for you. I'm assuming that you're a good swimmer or an experienced swimmer, or both. That's really good what you've done. You did it for I remember, Salvation Army, isn't it? 12K. That's a lot. 12K, Bailey. That's a long swim. That's a long swim. Swimming 12K, because imagine the speed that you go when you're swimming. It's not fast. Even if you're a great swimmer, it's not fast. You could walk the pace. Wow, that's a lot, Bailey. Well done, mate. You must be very fit, very strong to be able to do that. Have you done training to complete that? That's I've never swam that far, ever. I think the most I've done is probably about 3K or something like that. And that was quite far for me. To me, that's far, but 12K is bloody hell. Well done, mate. That's amazing. And you've done it for a really good cause as well. That's lovely. You're a very strong swimmer. You must be. I did 6K, then 10-minute break, then 6K again. So yeah, wow, yeah, you deserve that 10-minute break, Bailey. Bloody hell, that's an achievement, man. It really is. I've never actually heard of anyone doing that far, if I'm honest. Because I used to do triathlons, Bailey, which includes swimming, and I used to be really bad at swimming. Honestly, I'd be shit at it, but I got good at it. Not great, but good, better. So yeah, well done. But anyway, enough about me. More about you, Bailey. Well done, mate. How long did it take you? Is the question. That won't be easy. Corey, hi Corey. Thoughts on Britain's new political party? Which one? Is it Reform that you're talking about, Corey? Or Labour? I think the country's a mess, man. I think, it's such a mess. It's a shame. I don't know what to say. I don't know who to trust, Corey. I don't know who to trust. I don't trust any of them. Any of them. It's like the illusion of choice. Do you want the Conservatives, the blue ones, or do you want Labour, the red ones? Oh, which poo would you like? Which turd would you like this time, sir? Oh, I'll go with the red one. Either way, it's shit. It sounds really, really, really vague, that, doesn't it? I wish it was better. I wish politicians could be trusted more. But the fact is that they can't. And then obviously, I think Reform's going to win next time. And people might probably hope that it's going to be better. But me being realistic, and maybe a bit cynical, saying how the hell do you trust them as well? I hope I'm wrong. What are your thoughts, Corey? I'm not a politician. I'm not an expert. But I just know that it's the country's in a sorry state. And I don't see it getting better. I see it getting worse. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, I'll carry on. Bailey says thank you to Sander. Millie's saying I'm a snake. All right. So it was your year. How was your Millie? Can you answer me a question, please? How was did you have a good or a bad year last year? You don't have to answer, Millie, because it was a snake year. It's a snake year today. Last day of the snake year is actually today. Snakes are referred to as enigmatic, intelligent, and wise. And Millie, would you agree with those? Are you enigmatic? Are you intelligent? And are you wise? Yorik's the first sign. Is that the rat? Is it the year of the rat? I might be wrong, Yorick. Yorick, they're quick-witted, resourceful, versatile, and kind. Quick-witted, resourceful, versatile, and kind would be some of the traits. Hunter saying Roblox is more popular than Mario. In current times, you are correct, I'd say. Bailey as well, yeah, a bit cold, but oh well. You didn't even use a wetsuit either, did you? Must be hardcore. Hunter Tate saying I could swim. Bailey saying it took 3 hours. Wow, that's fast. You deserve a nice rest, Bailey, especially with the job that you do as a geography teacher. I hope that you're having a nice big meal after all of that. Well, I will be anyway. Sandra's saying congratulations to Bailey. You can't trust politicians or journalists, Corey, no. Sadly, no. Really, they're meant to be there for the people. This is being idealistic. Especially, journalists just, it's just, a lot of the time, 95% of the journalists will just be being told to broadcast what they're told to broadcast by the powers that be. Politicians, it's sad, really. They're meant to be there for the people, but they're not. They're just there for self-interest. And they're just puppets a lot of the time, Corey. Puppets. The real masters are behind the scenes. You never see them. That's my opinion anyway. Bailey saying thank you to Sander. Sander's smiling. Hunter Taylor says, I'm a moderator. SMP Geek. Snakes on the universe. Interesting. Can you elaborate, SMP Geek? Can you elaborate on that, please? What do you mean? Snakes on the universe. You're blowing my mind here. SMP Geek, educate me. So Bailey saying I'm here till past. No worries, Bailey. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing your experiences. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for being here. For not matter how long or whatever. Thank you for being here. That's all I've got to say. So Millie's agreeing. Yes, I'm all of those. Millie was saying that she was born in a snake year, so she's enigmatic, intelligent, and wise. Sandra's saying, entertainment. No, you're not. You're not a mod. No. Anyway, SMP Geek saying snake bones are used in magic. In what kind of magic? Elaborate. Sandra's saying, go, Millie. Absolutely. Bailey saying, I'm going for a shower, nice and warm. Then a lactose intolerant free hot chocolate. Or are you allergic to gluten? Is a question. Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions, Bailey. Hot chocolate, then in bed to play my game. Oh, nice and comfy in your bed, Bailey. You don't need to wake up. You don't have to wake up to go to work tomorrow. You've got your hot chocolate. You're in. Oh, you're living your best life there, mate. Enjoy. You deserve it. Millie saying my last year was not bad. It was okay. Millie, I'm glad to. Sometimes when life's a bit boring, it's not amazing, but it's not horrible. Sometimes that's a win. Honestly, in my opinion. Sometimes things get a bit mundane, they get a bit boring, they get a bit repetitive. Groundhog Day kind of feeling. But sometimes you're not in a bad place, in my opinion anyway. And you're having chicken noodle soup, lots of nutrients in there as well, Bailey. Rehydration there too. SMP Geek saying tip, if you eat spare ribs, you'll need a bone plate for the bones. If you eat spare ribs, yeah, you're going to have a lot of bones left. Do you know what, SMP Geek? I've never been into ribs. I think they're just a pain in the arse, if I'm honest. Entertainment saying, in a YouTube live, just add me. I will delete the people that call you arsehole. I'm not adding any mods, Entertainment. I'm not adding any at the moment. I've got 4 really good ones that I trust. Bailey saying, yeah, I'm lactose intolerant. Okay. How? That must be, because is that not frustrating sometimes? Did you manage it well? Have you learned to manage it well? Steve is just laughing his head off. Johnny's saying, I've just been for a run. I've just got a nice cold shower. It was refreshing. What was I going to say then? Wow, so you're doing the Wim Hof cold shower straight after you run. That's good. It helps with inflammation, doesn't it? Jordan, how far did you run is the question. And do you run frequently? Dawn says evening to all. Hi, Dawn. How are you? I hope you're okay. I've just decided to do this live. It's the horse year starting tomorrow. So I just thought I'd speak loosely, vaguely, let's say, about the Chinese astrology a little bit. I get it's a bit tongue-in-cheek sometimes. Take it with a pinch of salt. But it can act as a basic guide to understanding yourself better and seeing what the year ahead, what lies ahead for the year ahead. Obviously, in my opinion, this is not everything though. But anyway, I'll keep talking. Melissa, hi Melissa. No, sorry, Flacarona. Flacarona, welcome back. I'm glad I can drink litres of full fat milk. Also, you're not lactose intolerant, Flacarona. Yeah, good for you. Melissa says hi. Melissa from Melissa in New Zealand. Hi Melissa, how are you? Nice to meet you. My name's Brad. Thank you to anyone that's liked and subscribed. My Chinese zodiac is the pig. Let me see the pig. Pigs are compassionate, generous, and diligent. Do you believe in that? Do you agree with that? Morty Steve. Hi, Morty Steve. Wooden ox. So ox would be diligent, dependable, strong, and determined. Diligent, dependable, strong, and determined, Morty Steve. And I think the wood element, I'm just looking here the best I can. Wood element influence would mean growth, expansion, new ideas. Basically. Oh, I'm not doing a good job here. Anyway, wood is growth, flexibility, and creativity, which be linked to the ox anyway. Jordan is saying 2.5 miles for now, as I've had an injury during Christmas. Why? What injury did you get, Jordan? Bailey's saying I'm used to it, as I've been it since birth. So you've just grown up with it, Bailey. You just get used to it, don't you? When did you find out that you were lactose intolerant as well? Did you find out I'm assuming you found out very, very young. Jordan says hi to Melissa. Morty says 100%. Nice. Mine, if anyone doesn't know, is a water dog. And mine is basically, dog is, where is it? Dog, lovely, honest, and prudent, it says here. I think there's more to me than just those things. They're the positive traits, at least. No one's perfect, including myself. And then the water element for myself would be, where are we? Adaptability, emotions, and wisdom. Anyway, you've done your hamstring playing football. Yeah, it's bloody hell. Football's very high impact on the legs, isn't it? And hamstring injuries are painful, aren't they? Frustrating as well, because you think, oh, absolutely, it's really frustrating when you absolutely love doing something, if it's physical or whatever, and then all of a sudden you get injured. It's frustrating, and then you can't do the thing that you love doing. So, Jordan, I think you already know this, but be careful. Ease back into it. I think stretching is a big thing. I hate stretching though, Jordan. I don't know about yourself, but I love exercising, but I hate stretching. But stretching is important, as they say. I think injuries are a part of life, really, in my opinion. So Bailey's saying, since my twin sister tried to give me chocolate at age 4 and my mum took it off me, but not her, and gave me a carrot instead, I was so angry. Oh, fucking hell, Bailey. I bet you were pissed off. You're a little kid and you're watching your sister get some chocolate and then your mum gives you a fucking carrot. Takes your chocolate off you because you're lactose intolerant and gives you a fucking carrot. That's a shit consolation prize, Bailey. I know your mum's probably coming from a place of love and being responsible there, but yeah, I can completely understand a 4-year-old's perspective on being pissed off with that deal. That's all. Thanks for sharing, by the way. Thomas is saying hi. Hi, Thomas. I think I've seen you on here before. Hope you're okay. Hi, Zuki. How are you? Good evening, all. Sending love and respect. Thanks, Zuki. John is saying, I'm not going back to football till about April, just to give me time to recover and get back into fitness. Wise. Very wise. Zuki's saying, oh, I'm an earth rabbit. By the way, I'm keeping up with your topic. All right, then. So I'm only giving vague parts of this, to be honest, Zuki. But we'll go with rabbit. You've probably already seen these things yourself. Rabbits, personalities are quiet, elegant, kind, and responsible. So quiet, elegant, kind, and responsible. And the element that be linked to Zuki's earth rabbit, earth would be, you have stability, practicality, and reliability. Do you agree with those, Zuki, or do you disagree? Falcor. Hello, Falcor. You are a pillow humper. I do not hump pillows, mate. Do you hump pillows in your spare time? It's the question back to Falcor with the pillow humping conversation that we're going on about now. Bailey's saying, but I already ate some, and yeah, rest in peace, my old toilet. Oh God, it's called lactose intolerant. You eat a bit of chocolate and it all comes out the other end in not the prettiest of manners, in the prettiest of waves, let's say. Only Zuki is laughing at Falcor. Mr. Perspective, you're definitely from near me. Right, Mr. Perspective. I like your name, Mr. Perspective. Where do you think I'm from? Where do you think I'm from? Where is the accent from? Have a guess. I'll let you know. I'll tell you, but have a guess. Where are you from is the question. You must be local to here if you're saying that, I'm assuming. Bailey's saying, well, that's me out. Have an amazing day, and I'll be back next stream. And have an amazing day and Pancake Tuesday if you support it. Bailey, thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Well done with your swim, and enjoy. Yeah. Thomas Robertson says, my animal is rats. Rats are quick-witted, resourceful, versatile, and kind. I'll say it again for you. Quick-witted, resourceful, versatile, and kind. Would you agree with that, Thomas? So I'm just going to speak a bit more. Sorry. So it's going to be Fire Horse year. Okay. So the fire element influence on this year, this Chinese year, New Year, which is tomorrow, starts tomorrow, there's going to be more visibility on you. There's going to be more attention. There's going to be spotlight of the moments. There's going to be spotlight moments. Points. You're going to be more visible. More attention is going to be given to you. What was hidden in 2025 becomes obvious in 2026. So think of last year of maybe just planting the seeds, getting ready for a Fire Horse year, if you believe in these things. So 2025 was about strategy. This year is about action. 2025 was about quiet growth. Next year, it's about loud expression. 2025, last year, was more about thinking, being strategic, and this year's more about movement, going for it really, but not burning out too much. Anyway, Mr. Perspective, Preston, Blackburn or Burnley? Well, you're nailing it there. I'm actually from Darwin, should I say, Mr. Perspective, which is next to Blackburn. I live in Chorley now, though. But you're close enough. Where are you from is the question. Bailey's saying, to be honest, I lean stuff. You learn stuff at three, what normal people learn at 30, how to take care of themselves, LOL. Suppose the situation demanded it to an extent, Bailey. I'd probably put you in good stead for when you're older, though. Steve saying hello. Hello, Steve. Zuki saying, I mostly agree, I think. It says they aren't the best at socialising and getting patient. Definitely agree with that. Haha. Are you on about your Chinese astrology sign? Thomas Roberts saying, are you from Hull? Definitely not. Hull is on the east. Hull is northeast. I am northwest. So I can see why you think it though, because that's more of a Yorkshire type of accent, isn't it? Thomas. Freshman, 1994. Mardi Gras tomorrow. Freshman, Mardi Gras. I've known nothing about that. Stevie saying, I have a cheer competition tomorrow. What's a cheer competition? Thomas Roberts is then just smiling. Freshman saying lunar next year. Lunar next year. Lunar month, is it? I don't know. Elaborate a bit more. Mr. Perspective, Blackburn question mark. Yeah, pretty much. I went to school in Blackburn. I've worked in Blackburn a lot of my life. I've lived in Blackburn for parts of my life. Pretty much, yes. Steve is saying, hey guys, the baddie is back. Okay. Jordan saying, sorry, Brad, I'm going to get going, otherwise we've stayed on longer. See you in the next live stream. Jordan, you don't need to apologise. You don't owe me anything. I'd say that to anybody. You don't owe anyone anything. You've got to be a decent person, respectful person, but you owe it to yourself to live the life that you want to live and spend your time how you want to live it. So no worries, Jordan. Enjoy the rest. Get a good rest, mate. I hope that you feel more rested tomorrow. Thanks for being on here today. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Thomas is then saying, Thomas Roberts, I'm from Moon X319, orbiting the planet Zongoplex. Okay, then. So basically, you're an alien, Thomas Roberts. That's funny. You don't want to tell me where you're from, which is absolutely fine, Thomas. You don't need to. I've never been there, mate. Do they do good holidays there, Thomas? Stevie's saying, like tomorrow, I'm going against some people to see who wins this competition. We've been practicing for ages. What competition is it, Steve? Sandra says hi to Zuki. Jordan says, I appreciate it. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Jordan. Get some rest, mate. Zuki saying hello to Sandra. Sandra's then saying, Timmy is quietly judging in the background. Yeah, he's chronically unimpressed. He's thinking, nah, fuck that. He's thinking, fuck. I'm swearing a lot. There he is. I'll leave him there. It's just a visual aid, I suppose, that I'm using, experimenting with. Sandra's saying, how are you, Zuki? Steve's saying, cheer. I hope we do good. What's cheer, Steve? Elaborate. I don't know what cheerleading. I don't know what that is. Sandra's saying good night to Jordan. Zuki saying, not too bad, thanks, Sandra. How have you been? Zuki is then saying, Steve, cheerleading, I assume. Well, good luck with it. Cheerleading. Steve, are you a cheat? I don't know. My mind's blown. Are you a cheerleader? What the fuck? Are you a cheerleader? I don't know. I'm assuming that too. So if you wanted to get yourself know yourself a little bit better, you could, all you do is type to Google, year of your birth, what zodiac sign you are, and it'll tell you if you're a wood snake or a bloody fire horse or whatever it is. And it can help you to learn about yourself a little bit more. There's much more to us than these things, of course. Steve's saying, yes, I'm a cheerleader. Right, okay. I thought you was a fucking doctor a moment ago and a surgeon. Now you're a cheerleader. Okay. Did you pack in your surgery? No, you didn't even do that. Did you? Oh, I can't even get the words out, Steve. Oh my God. Crazy. Anyway. Ziggy saying, oh, well, good on you for getting through. Better days will come. Yeah, they will. Sorry, Sandra, I missed your comment. Sandra said, saying, Zuki, I'm okay. I've been at work today. I was feeling like I can't be bothered to be there and felt anxious. I know. I'm sorry. It's hard sometimes. Not my best day, LOL, but we keep going. Yeah, the whole, I suppose, growing from trauma, learning from trauma. I think I've said this fucking, whatever it is. Or some days you're not even growing from trauma. It's just hard, and you're just tired. And then the anxiety creeps in, the weakness creeps in easier, doesn't it? I suppose. But you turn up, you do your best, but you're not feeling great, and you just got to get through the day. As challenging as that can be, easier for me to say, easier said than done. And also the whole grow from trauma kind of thing is. I've said this a few times, but you think it's all nice. Oh, I'm growing. I'm fucking doing so well. It's a nice straight line up, fucking amazing. And then all of a sudden, you're doing really well, and it just fucking boom, and you feel like you've gone all the way back. And maybe you have in a way to an extent, or you feel like you've not got anywhere. And some days are like that, and you just got to manage those days the best you can. And you might be stuck in your own head or really anxious, feeling like, what's the point in even working on myself? What's the point of even doing all this hard work? I'm still a fucking mess inside. And that's what can occur sometimes. And sometimes you just got to breathe through those days, get through those days, and then get back on track when you can. I'm saying it the best way I can there. So you can say maybe Steve cheerleads for the patients who make it through surgery. Maybe. With pom-poms at the end. Maybe. I don't know how that'd look. And what routine would you do for that? What routine would you perform for that? When someone's just come out of surgery, they've just had the knee replaced, they're in they're like bewildered. And then you've got fucking pom-poms going in the background, going sick, doing some dance to some weird music. Yeah, I'm just picturing this in my mind. I'm going a bit weird. Anyway, Steve said it's the final competition for the term. I'll take your word for it, Steve. Well, good luck with what you're doing. And I hope it works out. Sonna saying my therapist says, I'm not going back, but it feels like it. Yeah. Sometimes it's the pain, it's Pandora's box. You're bringing all these emotions out and they're really powerful. They're really strong. And they're coming to the surface and they can feel very ugly and very strong, very powerful and overwhelming. Anxiety, for example. So they can feel like they're setting you back, but they're coming out kind of thing is how I'd explain that. Dispassionate observer. Hi, dispassionate observer. How are you? Hope you're okay. Tomorrow is a new moon. Interesting. Solar eclipse and the start of Ramadan as well. And it's also the start of the Chinese New Year. Dispassionate observer in relation to what I'm saying up there. New moon, solar eclipse, start of the fire year. Wow, that's a lot of changes, that, dispassionate observer. Thanks for dispassionate observer. Thank you for sharing that. That's a lot going on. I believe that the moon itself is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. It affects the bloody waves, for God's sake. It affects the sea. It affects the water. What we're made up out of, mostly 70% water, aren't we? Or 80% water. So the moon's going to affect our emotions and the water inside of us. So I think it's very powerful. The new moon just on its own. A lot of changes. So dispassionate observer, you probably already know this. Monkeys, I think, are very intelligent, if I remember correctly. There's much more to you than this, of course, as you know. Monkey is smart, sharp, with curiosity. So sharp, smart, with curiosity. Would you agree with those, dispassionate observer, about yourself? What element have you got as well, dispassionate observer? Is it metal? Is it wood? Is it whatever year you were born? I don't know what that is, of course. And you'll have an element linked to it. So tomorrow is fire horse. Last year was wood snake. So I think there's 5 different elements. One of those will be linked to your Chinese zodiac sign. Steve saying my sister is turning 11 next week. Okay. (1968). Let me have a look. I'll let you know now. I'll look at the computer 1 minute. Steve Lum, how old are you is the question. Steve Lum. Let me have a look. Earth element, dispassionate observer. So there's much more to it than what I'm saying, dispassionate observer. So do forgive me. I'm just giving very, very vague, basic parts to it. So basically, monkey, I've already said the traits to that. You'll be earth, so you'll have stability, practicality, and reliability as well, linked to your personality. There's much more to it than that. I believe we also have autonomy and choices about who we become. I don't think it's just in the stars or whatever. Our personalities are one way and that's it. You can be a good version of yourself or a bad version of yourself or something in between sometimes. I think we all decide. I don't just believe in fate. Sometimes fate can happen, don't get me wrong, but I think there's much more to us than all of these things. Steve saying, I'm 24, turning 25 on the 2nd of June. Okay. So I just don't believe that you'd be cheerleading, Steve. That's like I don't believe that you'd be cheerleading. I think you're winding us up, mate. I don't think you'd be cheerleading. Anyway, I'll carry on speaking the best I can, in the best way I can. I've still not got many more notes, really, have I? So this is just a bit of fun, interactive, what we're talking about. Noticing patterns can help us understand. Noticing patterns can help us understand ourselves and others a little bit more. Dispassionate observer is saying it's true. Grounded, stable, and reliable, despite extremely spiritually focused. So you'd agree with those traits then? Good. That's great. Mine's water dog, by the way. And that is, I don't know if anyone wants to know, but anyway, I'll say it anyway. Dog is basically, according to this anyway, there must be negative traits as well, don't get me wrong. We're not all fucking perfect. But anyway, dog is lovely, honest, and prudent. And the water element, which is linked to my sign, is, I keep losing the bloody piece of paper and forgetting what it's written on it, is adaptability, emotions, and wisdom. I think I could agree with those as well. Steve says hi. Steve says I'm gay. Good for you, Steve. Whatever you're into. For sure, support Steve. Sanders says you're a troll, Steve. It's all good. It's fine. Dispassionate observer, reliable, extremely spiritually focused. Lovely. Dispassionate observer says, yes, I agree. Water dog. Yeah, that's what I would be linked to. I've done all the rest of it though as well. I've done the bloody hell on my search for myself, the whole horoscope thing, which is not just your star sign. It's you'll know this. You link to the star signs are linked to Mercury, Venus, all the planets, aren't they? Your moon sign. It's all linked to that. So there's a bigger picture with that. There's much more depth to that with the star signs, and there's also MBTI as well. Santa said, good for you, Steve. Santa says, for sure, eat some crayons. Oh, dear. Anyway. So what is a sannyasi? What is a sannyasi? Good question. I don't know what a sannyasi is. What is it? So I'm now going to move on the best I can. I'll speak as wisely as I can. Honey badgers, I saw. Honey badgers are really, they're so tough. They're unbelievably tough. I'm sure you've seen the videos on YouTube with honey badgers. If you haven't, check them out. They're small, but they're ferocious, aren't they? They're absolutely crazy honey badgers and very, very tough. Even lions can't bring them down. What's a sannyasi? I don't know. Let me find out. It's a Hindu religious medicant, Sander. I have no idea what that is. It's a fourth stage within the Hindu system of 4 life stages known as ashmas. The third being brahmashra, grayashra, and van. It must be about enlightenment, I think, Sander. Must be about enlightenment. So Santa's is saying, dispassionate observer, your YouTube description says you're a sannyasi living in the mountains. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Dispassionate observer saying, more adaptable than other dogs. Yeah, I'd link to that. I do it in my job, dispassionate observer. I work as a scrub nurse. And usually what happens is you stick to one discipline or two disciplines. But with me, I work in a different theatre every day. So I do urology, I do plastics, I do orthopedic hands, orthopedic feet, orthopedic spines, hips and knees. What else do I do? Neuro spines. I scrub with lots of different procedures, basically. Being in and each different discipline, plastics or whatever, you've got to adapt. So if you're going to move around all the time, I'm like the jack of all trades, master of none, though. Sometimes that's what it feels like. So more adaptable than other dogs. Good communicators. I think I'm a good communicator. Intuitive, yes, definitely that. Sensitive, I am definitely that. I've always just naturally been like that. Practical yet diplomatic. I'm diplomatic, definitely. Less stubborn compared to other dog types. I can be stubborn, yeah. I suppose there's bad sides to that as well, though. Thank you, dispassionate observer. Can you share? Sorry, you don't have to if you don't want to, by the way. It's interesting to me, though. You're a sannyasi living in the mountains. What's that like? What does that entail? What does that mean? I'm curious to know, curious to learn. Steve is saying hi again. Dispassionate observer saying yes, Sander. Pursuer. So you just Pursuer is just upset because there wasn't a pink crayon or something in the packet. Anyway, I'm going to keep on track. Sander saying sounds pretty cool. Dispassionate observer. Yeah, it does. I'm going to comments now, the best I can. I hope I'm doing these things right, how I'm speaking. I think to myself, I try to talk about different topics. And then I like to read the comments as well. Where am I going with this creation process is the question I'm asking myself sometimes. You can handle the blood, question mark. Marlus. What do you mean by that? I can handle the blood. All right, working in theatres, yeah, I can handle the blood. I remember seeing blood for the first time. Not first time, I'll tell a lie, but in the theatre. And it was the finger was being operated on, and they got a saw and they saw through the joint there. So you can imagine the finger being sawn through. And I was at the table and I felt dizzy. And the surgeon said, "Are you okay?" I went, "Yeah, I'm fine." I felt like I was going to faint. And I thought to myself, "Brad, don't be a bitch. Don't be a pussy." So I kept staring at this finger and it was like falling off. Honestly, it'd been sawn off. And I was imagining it was my finger, hence my reaction to it. But then I just kept staring. I had hot sweats as well. And then I just kept staring at it. I kept staring at it and I kept staring at it. And then it went away. And ever since then, I've been okay with blood. So I can handle the blood, yes. I just got used to it. Steve says, "Oh my God, I've won the lottery." God, Steve. Of course you have. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, Sander. I appreciate that. Thank you for everyone that's liked and subscribed. Tom is saying the Dark Lord has returned. Okay. Pishuri says, "I can handle blood. I draw a lot of gore." Can you handle it in real life? That's a different matter. Marus is saying, sorry, Martenus. Sorry, I'm saying it the best way I can. I would faint every time. Most people will be put off by it, but you can get used to it if you put your mind to it. This passionate observer is speaking so much wisdom. I'm very lucky to have you here. You're saying Sanius is sorry if I say it wrong, is the fourth and last stage of Varn Shamadara. Focus on Mochka, liberation from ignorance and reincarnation. It's lovely. I'm trying to just digest that. Are these like stages of awakening then, dispassionate observer? I'm familiar with 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional consciousness. I'm trying to work on that myself in real time. I've got a lot better than I was, dispassionate observer, but I've still got a long way to go. It's going to be a lifelong thing, isn't it? I suppose a lot of discipline required. Trying to be less influenced by lower vibrational energies, basically. Liberation from ignorance. Liberation from ignorance. Liberation from being narrow-minded. What about liberation from reincarnation? Is it meaning that you don't need to reincarnate again? Is that what that would mean, dispassionate observer? Tom is saying Voldemort. Saying that to me, Tom. Do you love yourself, Tom? I've got a question for you. Will you answer that? Do you love yourself? Sandra's saying, as you start to walk on the way appears, Brad. Yeah. I think doing this is really, it's helped me to work on myself in real time as well. It really, really has. I've learned a lot from people on here as well. I've been very blessed. I'm very, very blessed to have people even come on here, come back on here. I feel very blessed to have a lot of you guys on here. I really appreciate you all. Genuinely, I do. I love doing this. Anyway, I hope that I help people as well. I won't help everybody. And not everything I say will resonate with everybody, but I try to. I try my best. Sandra's saying sounds very interesting, dispassionate observer. Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Steve is saying I hate blood. Most people do, Steve. But she would say, don't worry, I don't post my gory drawings, okay? Sanderson is saying you do not need to have everything figured out before you start. The way reveals itself through movement and courage, not through overthinking. The journey becomes your teacher. Wow, it's really wise, Sander. Bloody hell. You've hit the nail on the head there. So you do not need to have everything figured out before you start. You just got to think, do you know what? I'm going to go down that road. I don't know I don't know what's around the fucking corner of this road, but I do know that I need to start walking. I need to start moving forwards. I need to start growing. I need to start becoming fucking better. I don't have it all figured out, but I'm going to fucking get my shoes on. I'm going to fucking walk anywhere. I'm going to dare to be shit. Do you dare to be shit? When I do this, I dare to be shit. The way will reveal itself through movement. Yeah. You might fall over, but you'll start. Oh, there's a song in there, isn't there? You're going to fall over. You're going to trip up. You're going to get tired. Your feet are going to get sore. There's going to be uphills and there's going to be downhills. There's going to be flat roads. It's going to be twists and turns. You think you're going that way, but you end up going the other way. But the way reveals itself through movement. And sometimes that way will mean you go down the wrong way. You go down the wrong way and you think you're going the right way. And then you think, oh shit, this isn't for me. I tried it and it's not right. And sometimes what happens is when it's not right, is like you go into a room, say you go into a room of people. The room could be anywhere. It could be exercising class. It could be a fucking new job or whatever it is. The room might not be for you. You might not be as welcomed in there. They might not appreciate you. They might not see you as you are or appreciate you as you are. So then you move on to the next room. Sometimes you got to go the wrong way to find the right way. Anyway, courage. Courage is higher. Courage is not the highest vibration, but it's higher than pride, isn't it? Courage, having the courage to have a go, having the balls, having the guts to go for it. Courage is a very active kind of emotion, isn't it? Having the courage to do things. It's a much higher vibration than, let's say, anger or other lower vibrational emotions. Not through overthinking. Yep. That can lead to procrastination, can't it? Overthinking. I've done it so many times. Just going with it, trusting the process. The journey becomes your teacher. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Thanks, Sander. Sasso is saying, I'm a CSW. Blood's the least of my concern during a day. With the poo at the end. Yeah, I can understand why. Thank you for sharing, Sasso. Frank is saying, hi, I'm just getting in. Hello, Frank. My name's Brad. Thank you to anyone that's liked and subscribed. Thank you to anyone that's watching. Thank you to anyone that contributes. I appreciate you all. Anyway, Sandy's saying, what's a CSW? What's a CSW? Oh, I can't remember the abbreviation. I'm sorry. Sandra's saying, I'm an anaesthetic nurse. That blood doesn't faze me at all. Nope. Some things are more cringe than others, though. Some things are a bit more gory than others. I remember once I was working at Preston and this guy had diabetes and he was type 1 diabetic and he wasn't healthy at all. He had to have his leg amputated. And we had a whole leg. They amputated his leg. I was scrubbed for the case and they were just basically hacking it off, sewing it off. And then we had this big, imagine a milk carton. It was like a milk carton and it was a massive milk carton and we put the whole leg in there. It was gory, man. Anyway, but you just get on with it. Sandra's saying hello to Frank. Frank is saying, you have me at Year of the Horse. I love horses. Horses are amazing animals. Do you agree with this then, Frank? Horse. Let me look. Animated, active, and energetic. And what year were you born, Frank? You don't have to answer, by the way. But if you find out the year, you'll know the year you were born, of course. That would give you an element as well. So is it going to be metal? Is it going to be wood? Is it going to be water? That'll be linked to the horse. It's a fire horse year this year, though, isn't it? This happens once every 60 years. Obviously, there's only 12 zodiacs, but there's also 5 elements. And one element will be attached to each zodiac sign each year. Frank saying hi to Sandra. The show says, currently drawing golden cheese cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom. Okay, enjoy. I don't know what that is, mate. Horses are beautiful animals. They're absolutely stunning. They're absolutely stunning. I don't know much about them. I've no experience with them, but I do admire them from afar. Sandra's then saying, how are you tonight? To Frank. Frank is trotting forward like a horse. Well, that starts tomorrow. The year of the fire horse starts tomorrow, Frank. So if you were born in a horse year, this is your year, according to that. I hope that rings true for you. Thank you to anyone that's liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. I was sending out some appreciation. Dispassionate Observer, my name's Brad, even no one knows my name. It's Dispassionate Observer, the 3D to 5D doctrine stem from the RA material. My tradition is Kashmiri Shaivism. Kashmiri Shaivism. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, Dispassionate Observer. I need to write that down because you know what? I need to learn that. Give me a minute. I'm writing it down, Dispassionate Observer. And that whole 3D, 4D, 5D, higher consciousness logic is I'm really applying it in my life, field testing it. And how do I field test it? Not that I'm the bloody best at this. I'm really not. I'm really, really not. I'm better than I used to be, but I'm not all the way there. I'd be lying if I said I was all the way there, fucking hell. But I'm trying to be more high vibrational, less bothered by others, more neutral, at least neutral, calmer, more at peace, even when there's people being inappropriate, people being rude, people being angry, being less bothered by them. And I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. But it takes discipline and it takes mindfulness and presence, doesn't it? Being present in the moment, catching yourself. Kashmiri shout. I can't say these words. I need to learn. Right. Thank you for that, Dispassionate Observer. Best way to be, Frank, to Frank, Sandra's saying. Frank's saying, I'm great, thank you. Sandra says B. Frank is saying, that was my Valentine's date. It didn't feel right after. What do you mean by that, Frank? Sorry, I don't know what you mean. Frank says yes. Pursuer says, I'll be back in a moment. No worries, Pursuer. Cupboard of Cheese. Hi, Cupboard of Cheese. Cupboard of Cheese saying, what were you saying about going into rooms again? Cupboard of Cheese, what I meant by that is, sometimes you're in an environment, you knock on the door, they might even let you in, might give you the job. It might be a group of people, your friends, your acquaintances. Might be like a new activity that you're joining in with. You're in the room, whatever room that is, and it happens to me sometimes, and it doesn't feel right. You're not quite vibing with the people in there. They're not on the same consciousness level that you are. Not that you're better than them or worse than them. They're just different vibrations. They're just different, and it doesn't feel comfortable. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll reject you, or they won't listen to you. They won't really get to know you properly. They're closing the door on you emotionally almost. They're not able to meet you halfway. Their perception is not the same as yours, for instance, or your values don't match theirs. You're not aligning with these people. That would be being in the wrong room. Or your boss not really utilizing you properly. You're so capable. Imagine you're a really, really capable person. You could do so much more. You're being wasted in the workplace. Absolutely fucking wasted. And then there's other people that are getting ahead. And these people are playing politics, and they're a bit more three-dimensional. They're lower consciousness kind of people. Arrogant behavior, bossy behavior, aggressive behavior. And you don't align with that. That would be being in the wrong room. If you were in the right room, you'd just feel at ease, more comfortable, calmer. You'd feel the love from other people, support from other people. Then you'd be in the right room. That's what I meant by that. I hope I explained that as well as I can. That's just my term. That's just my thinking about this anyway. You can't vibe with everybody. It's not possible, which is okay. And that can change as you get older. Some people never change, or they stay stuck. Anyway, Frank, you're following your intuition, Sandra's saying. Interesting. That's a really good thing. Trusting your emotional guidance system would be another way of saying trusting your intuition. Trust how you feel. Energy doesn't lie. Never fucking lies. Energy does not lie. Link to that. Bailey's saying, hi, I'm Rosie, Bailey's girlfriend. Oh, hi, Rosie. How are you? Nice to meet you. I thought I would introduce myself while he's in the shower. I hope, he's been happy since he started to watch you. Oh, thanks, Rosie. I'm glad. I'm really, really glad. Thank you. That's lovely. That's lovely. Thanks for sharing that. That means a lot. Honestly, that means a lot. Thank you. That's all I've got to say. Nice to speak to you, and thank you. Peshua is back. Welcome back, Peshua. Thank you saying hi there. Sandra's saying, oh, that's lovely, Rosie. Hello. Yeah, it is lovely. Nice to hear. I think that's what makes it worthwhile. I know you can't help everyone all the time. I don't know. It's just good to send out good vibes. That's all I've got to say, really. That's what it's all about. As imperfect as that's going to be translated sometimes from myself. Sasso is saying clinical support worker. Clinical support worker. Sasso, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before. Clinical support worker, where do you work? What does that role involve? If you don't mind sharing. Frank is saying, hi from Texas. Oh, cool. How's life in Texas? Do you like living in Texas? Is the question as well. Sandra's saying, oh, wow, cool, Sasso. What's your job description? Frank says yes. Sandra says, oh, really, Frank? How's life in Texas? Obviously, I've asked that again. 1982. Right. So, Frank, 1982, what month was it? You said I'm 1982 as well, Frank. You're same age, you're similar age to me. I was born in October. 1982. God, I'm 43. Shit. I'm assuming that you're a similar age, same age or similar. Bailey's saying, sorry, it might be Rosie, sorry. Bailey, if it's Rosie, I don't know. I think, hello to Sandra. I'm assuming it's still Rosie. Sorry if I get that wrong. Sandra's smiling. Cupboard of cheese, and do you celebrate Chinese New Year? Cupboard of cheese, to be honest with you, no, I don't. Cupboard of cheese, no. I do not celebrate Chinese New Year. But I don't know. I look at the Chinese astrology sometimes and I look into it. to help me understand myself a little bit better. That's all I do with it. What about yourself? Do you celebrate it? Pursuer is going to be inactive for a bit due to drawing. What are you drawing, Pursuer? Sandra's gutted. Frank is saying they calm your nerves. They have a magnetic field, 5 something. They lower your blood pressure. Interesting, Frank. Calm your nerves. You have a magnetic field, 5 times something. They lower your blood pressure. That's amazing, Sandra's saying. They read your vibration. Sorry, what reads your vibration? What intuition do you mean? Sorry, Frank, if I've lost my train of thought there. When something doesn't feel right, like a date I went on. Yeah, when something doesn't, when something doesn't feel right, the energy. You can notice it if you're aware enough. You'll be in a room. You might have a decent team with you. They're all calm. They're not your best. Everything's okay. Let's go with that. It's not too bad. Then someone angry walks in the room. Someone who's just got issues, you'll feel that energy. They'll change the dynamics of the room without them saying a word. It's good to trust that. It's good to trust that. I've been in situations where I've been in relationships where I don't trust the person, and I thought it was me being insecure or whatever because I was younger and on less compos mentis at the time. And but it was they weren't trustworthy people. They weren't to be trusted. And I've also with the person I'm with now, I trust her. I'm with her, and it just feels at ease. It feels good. So it's just that those vibrations you can sense, the intuition. Anyway, Frank says right. Sorry, Sasso says general patient care, assisting nursing staff with day-to-day shenanigans. Sounds like a very important, very useful, meaningful job, Sasso. Where are you from, Sasso, if you don't mind me asking? Sandra's saying if it doesn't feel right, it's usually not your person. No, it doesn't feel right. And you can't force things, even if it's like a really close family member. And you might love them to bits, you know, and you might notice some really good traits in that person, and you have some respect for that person. However, if the vibes are off, you can't force it. It's just not there. You shouldn't force things. And if you do try to force things, it can lead to negative consequences, can't it? Anyway, there's friction there potentially. If the vibes are off. You've got to give people the benefit of the doubt, though, in my opinion. Anyway, Sandra's saying, sounds like you're doing a very important job, Sasso. I agree. It can be difficult. Cupboard of Cheese saying, just a funny coincidence that I'm literally in that situation where I'm afraid to go into a room. Oh, interesting. Though I don't feel the people there are bad, I feel like more like I'm the problem. Really interesting. Do you know, if you feel like you're the problem, there's 2 possibilities there. Cupboard of Cheese. I don't know the full ins and outs. Let me just read. Let me just go back to it. Just a funny coincidence that I'm literally in that situation right now. You're referred to go into this room, okay? I don't think the people there are bad. I feel like I'm the problem. Why do you think you're the problem? What's the context? What's the full situation? That's very, do you know what? If you feel like you're the problem, partly that's a good thing, partly, because you're like introspective, you're taking accountability. You might be being too hard on yourself though. I don't know the full ins and outs of the situation. But to me, that means that paragraph that you've just said there shows that you're introspective, that you look within, which is fucking a massive, big deal. Most people never get there. A lot of people never ever get to that point, ever. What's the, if you can, elaborate, share a bit more about that, if you can, Cupboard of Cheese. Anyway, Don saying, I feel like I'm starting to find my tribe. I've cleaned out all the people I didn't want and made room for new ones. That's clearing your room out. Fucking right, Dawn. Thanks for sharing. You cleaned out the people you don't want. Because if you don't clean out the people you don't want, they're going to be taking up the room for the ones that you do want. I remember hanging around with lots of dickheads. I mean, proper chavs, and chavvy, rough people that would behave in awful ways, and they do shitty, stupid things. And I was part of them. I was going to clubs. I was taking drugs. I was being a dick. And I was around these other people that were dicks as well. And they weren't all bad people per se, but they were just lost, as was I. And I grew out of those relationships, grew out of those friendships. They were no longer serving me. And sometimes it can be difficult because you think, shit, I've known you all my life. Imagine you've known someone all your life and there's positives there, but they're holding you back. They're jealous. They're toxic. They don't take accountability. They're not for your best self, let's say. And it can be difficult to let go of some people sometimes, but sometimes you've got to cut off the dead weight. Sounds harsh. Sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it, that? A cupboard of cheese saying good explanation. Oh, thanks. I try to explain things the best I can in my own way. Sandy's saying perfect person to discuss horses is Dawn. Yeah. I think, sorry, I'm going to share this a little bit about Dawn. Dawn, I forget the name, but you're basically doing a course to massage which is basically meaning massaging horses. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. There's another word for it, but it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning. Linked to that horse year, to going for it, basically. Sorry, I'm going back to the bloody Chinese astrology here, which you might not believe in, but there you go. Dawn knows a lot about horses, though. A hell of a lot. Sasso is saying, I like it. Tana's saying, Dawn sounds lovely, very happy for you. Sorry, let me go back to Dawn a bit. Let me think. Let me go back to the comment. How's it been letting go of those people, Dawn? How's it been? How have you achieved it, and how has it felt? Frank's saying, I do. My gut or intuition never lies. No, energy never lies, Frank. And if you listen to it, if you ignore it to your peril, it can cause you a lot of problems. And I've done that. I've ignored it in the past. And your gut's never wrong. That initial reaction, that initial feeling, you think, something's not quite right here. Something's off. Or it could be, that person's really. Some people are like radiators. They give out warmth. And they're just warm, kind, decent people. They're not pretentious. They're just the presence alone. They could even not be saying much. And the presence alone just makes you feel comfortable. Your gut, your intuition is going, I feel safe with that person. And then otherwise, some people are like drains. So you speak to them and usually they treat you like a sounding board. And all they do is talk at you. They never get to know you, never ask you questions about yourself. They just want to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. That's all they ever do. And they will drain you. So hence sorry, I'm going on. Radiator or drains. There's much more people than this. But anyway, Dawn saying, yes, horsed out my nut. Just got back from playing in the mud with the horses and the ponies, should I say. Pursue is going, oh my God, this is actually looking good. What you're drawing, I'm assuming. Standard saying, Sasso, it's really important to like what you do. Yeah, or like some of it. Make the best of it. Not possible for everybody, that. I think it is possible for anybody if they put their minds to it. But a lot of people just do jobs that they have to do, don't they? But you can try and find some beauty in what you're doing. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent there. Sandra's saying, ha to Dawn. Sandra's saying, nice to see you, Dawn. Absolutely. Frank is then saying, not in Houston, but maybe in time I will. September. Year of the dog. So your year of the dog as well. You're September. So you're a month older than me, Frank. I'm October 1982. So you're a water dog. So water dog would be, I'll go back to the bloody Chinese astrology just for a second. Lovely, honest, and prudent would be some of the personality traits, and the water element to it. Keep going back to this. Eventually, with all my notes that are just scattered everywhere. And I'm not doing a very good job. Water would be adaptability, emotions, and wisdom. Thank for the year of the dog. Be the water dog if you're 1982 and you're born in September. Pashua is saying this is actually looking good. What's looking good, Pashua? Dawn saying nice to see you, Sander. Sander's sending love and respect to Dawn. Thank is saying the horse. All right, okay. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought a little bit. Cupboard of Cheese saying I don't, but the room I'm afraid to go on are celebrating Chinese New Year, but I feel like I'm intruding. I don't, but the room I'm afraid to go in are celebrating Chinese. How well do you know these people? And celebrating Chinese New Year, do you celebrate Chinese New Year? You feel like you're intruding. Has anyone welcomed you into the group? Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes a group can be too preoccupied with their own selves and they're just talking to each other and they just don't think about anybody else. Sometimes that happens. And I don't know, sometimes you've just got to wait for them to come to you. You don't go to them, see if they come to you. That's my advice. I'm not saying that's the best advice, but anyway. Michelle, hi Michelle. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. Pashua's nearly done with the skin colour. The wings are massive. And Pashua's saying I'm fucked. Okay, mate. Cupboard of Cheese says, I suppose the full story is that I personally never related to celebrating New Year's or having friends. So being around people who love this is a bit jarring. If they love that, that's their thing, Cupboard of Cheese. They fucking love that shit. And you're not even interested in it. That's where there's not an alignment there, is there? To an extent. There's not. With regards to that specific celebration. And that's okay. And you don't have to relate to celebrating New Year. You don't. If that's not what you resonate with, if that's not what you feel aligned to, it just feels off then. By the sounds of it, Cupboard of Cheese, the energy is off. They're buzzing off that, you're not. Maybe that's not your tribe, your people there. Maybe not. It depends on other factors too. They might, I don't know, it depends on other factors as well. How warm are they to you? A big sign is, if someone asks you questions, oh, where are you from? I know it's small talk. They ask you questions to truly try to get to know you and try to include you, and they're warm and kind towards you. They're all green flags, aren't they? In my opinion, with friendships, let's say. If they're not, if they're just giving you the cold shoulder, they're not even interested in you, not asking you about you, then maybe not the room for you. But it depends on other factors as well. I've only got limited information there. Pashua is saying, by the way, I'm enjoying golden cheese cookie from CRK. Okay, enjoy. Frank is saying you're allowed to outgrow people. Correct. Absolutely. Frank, absolutely, you're allowed to outgrow people. Sometimes they'll catch up with you. They'll keep up with you. Sometimes they will. Might take them a bit longer. So that's fine, you wait for them. But it's absolutely okay to outgrow people. And sometimes some people, they won't like it when you grow. They'll feel intimidated by it. It reminds them of what they've not done. So they'll try to pull you back down like crabs in a bucket. The crabs are all in a bucket and they're trying to escape, but the other crabs pull them down. Some people will feel uncomfortable with you growing. They don't like who you become. They'll say you've changed you, and that's a big compliment. Company Cheese saying, and that I should have more energy and interest, but I kind of don't. That's really honest, Company Cheese. Don't force that shit. If you're not interested in it, you don't have energy for it, that's fine. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty about it. Everyone likes different things at different times. You're not interested in that, and that's absolutely fine. Don't say absolutely, Frank. Absolutely, yes. Flacarona saying, nice through dark fleece. I want it. Yeah, it's fucking nice. This is a through dark fleece. It's a really good brand. I got it for Christmas. I absolutely love it. I wear it often. It's new. It's fucking nice, man. Honestly, it is so nice. That's the branding there. It's It's really well made. It's true to size. I definitely recommend. I'm going to get more of the stuff. It's not cheap though. The t-shirts are like, I don't know what the t-shirts are, but they're not cheap. This fleece was, I think, this fleece was £140. It was 180 down to 140. I got it in the sale, but it's still not cheap. But it's really good quality stuff. I've only had this a few months, but I can tell it's just really warm and it's going to last a long time. And it's got that on that there, then that there. And I just love the colour as well. There's different colours as well. There's different types, but it's really good. Wackarona. I'm going to get more stuff like this. I like to buy, like, obviously designer stuff, but I like it to have functionality as well, if you know what I mean. Anyway. Dawn saying, yeah, sorry, Dawn, you've told me this before. Forgive me. A queen bodywork. A queen bodywork. Thanks for reminding me. Let me find out. One sec, Dawn. Dawn's then saying, I hesitated a lot and gave the benefit of the doubt. Well, yeah, you give the benefit of the doubt. That's a good thing to do. Very kind thing to do. And even felt guilty. But then I felt better and better and felt free. And there's a lonely spell before finding new ones yet. That's a transitional period. What can happen as well is you can leave all the dickheads behind, or the people that you don't align with. Let's be more politically correct. The people that you don't align with, when you move away from them, it's fucking lonely as fuck. It's really lonely. I've been there. And then what happens, what I did, I'd leave away and then I'd go back. I'd come away, I'd go back. And I kept doing that over and over again. So it does feel lonely. A lot of people struggle with that lonely phase. And it takes a while for the new ones to manifest. Well explained. Dawn saying in January 1986, what am I? Right. So 1986, January though, isn't it? Give me a second. I'm using my laptop. I'm just finding out Dawn's zodiac. Chinese zodiac sign. Let me have a look. Fire tiger. Fire tiger. So, they're known for being energetic, independent, charismatic, and passionate. So, let me see. Fire tiger. So I'll just, there's more to it than there's just this, Dawn. But I'm only giving you basics here. So tiger is brave, confident, and competitive. Brave, confident, and competitive. And the fire is energy, passion, and intensity. So the year of the fire horse for the tiger, fire is the element. If you're going to believe in this kind of thing, you're a fire. Your element is fire, and you're going to be in a fire year. Let's say that. So that would align with who you are, meaning that potentially you'll move, you'll achieve things, you'll go for it. There's much more to it than what I'm saying here, by the way. But there you go, fire tiger. That's what you'd be classified as in. Actually, 1 minute. Sorry. Yeah, fire tiger. Yep. Because it's February to February, isn't it? The year. The Chinese year is not January to January. It's February to February. Anyway. Frank says thank you. No worries. Pashura says this is peak. Tiny Meat Pete. Hi, Tiny Meat Pete. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. So Tiny Meat Pete saying, what should you do when your family members are the ones keeping you down without meaning to? I'm going to share that comment. I'm going to pin your comment, Tiny Meat Pete. What should you do when your family members are the ones keeping you down? Are you living with them? Are you living with them? Do you spend a lot of time with them, or do you have your own place? They're not meaning to do it, so they're not conscious of what they're doing. You have to, I suppose, if it's affecting you negatively and they're not meaning it, they don't know what they're doing. So it's like I'm walking around blind and I'm banging into things. And I'm banging into you because I'm blind. I can't fucking see. That's what they're doing if they're not meaning to do it. putting boundaries in place, maybe, and do it in a nice, soft way to begin with. If you've got love and respect for them, you don't want to upset them too much because you're thinking, actually, I understand they don't mean to do this. So you think, do you know when you do that, it upsets me. I don't like it. Could you say that to them? Could you put some boundaries in place? Pick the easiest one to begin with. The one thing that bothers you the least, the easiest one to deal with. Could you put a boundary in place to begin with? I don't know the full ins and outs of your family dynamics, of course. Having more information would help me answer the question more coherently, wouldn't it? Better for you, but in a better manner, let's say. But I'd say putting boundaries in place, communicating to them how they are making you feel with the way they're behaving. That can feel uncomfortable. Dawn saying you're not obliged to be dragged down because they're family. Dawn, you're right. You're not obliged to be dragged down just because they're family. Or blood's thicker than water, they say, don't they? I think, shut the fuck up. Oh, blood's thicker than water. All right then, blood's thicker than water then. Carry on being a cunt with me. Carry on being awful to me. Because you're family. Well, no. Sometimes it's just the first step is being aware of it. Being aware, think, shit, this person's been doing this for a long time. Sometimes what happens is you get used to things. So someone's a bit rude and they're a bit out of order, but you're so used to it, you become desensitized and you just get on with your day and forget about it. And then sometimes you think you need after a bit of awareness and soul searching, you think, actually, this is not okay. I'm not okay with this. I'm going to change this, but it's becoming aware of it first. So going back to Tiny Pete, Meet Pete, you've become aware of it. It's the first step, or one of the first steps. Don't saying that is a nice fleece. Yeah, it's really good brand. It's made by ex-SAS. It's designed by ex-SAS soldiers. But the quality of the clothes is really good. Aaron saying, do you want a fight? Fuck off, Aaron. Do you want to fight? What we're going to do? How are we going to fight? How are we going to achieve this, Aaron? Why do you want to fight? Are you angry? Why do you want to fight me? Why? I'm trying to try to understand you a bit, Aaron. Do you want to fight? Go and do some boxing. Go do some boxing, do some kung fu, do some karate, do some Muay Thai kickboxing. Do that. Work the pads, man. Punch the pads. Do a bit of sparring. That might make you feel better if you want to fight. Be careful who you fight with, though. You never know what you're going to get into. You never know, what people are capable of. Aaron, mate, so you like. So I want to understand you a bit better. Why do you want to fight? Why do you feel like you want to fight? Flacarona saying it's a good brand, it's well made. Yeah, it's fucking really good. You get what you pay for. I also like another brand that I really like. It's an American brand. It's called No Bull. And I just like the name of the brand. It's called No Bull. It's for cross training. And I've got some No Bull trainers and a No Bull t-shirt that I train in. I don't do CrossFit, but I just love the fucking name, No Bull. Basically, no bullshit. I love it. Aaron saying, Dawn saying, I'll have a fight. Dawn's up for it. Dawn, hey, don't fuck with Dawn. Game over. Sanders saying, Dawn, I struggle with having friends. I like to have my own space and I cherish my privacy. I struggle to open up too, as it takes ages to fully trust someone. Protecting yourself. I also find people inconsistent. I suppose some people are inconsistent. I suppose we all can at some point, but it's behaviour, innit? A consistent behaviour, when people treat everyone the same, with the same respect, that's a good person, usually. Dawn saying, yeah, probably a fickle Sander. Yeah, I don't have a lot of friends. I like quality over quantity. Absolutely bang on, Dawn. I agree. Dawn's saying people, absolutely. Sandra's saying, my therapist also told me that I'll see things 10 times more now I'm on my journey. Becoming more aware of it. And that's so true. Yeah, definitely quality over quantity in everything. Yeah, quality always wins, man. Yeah, I agree. Don't say I'm not energetic. Not energetic. I admire the honesty. Do you not lead a busy life though, with the horses, etc.? That's labour intensive. Sandra's laughing her ass off. Pursuer's nearly done. Okay, good for you, Pursuer. Sandra's saying, doing a bit of yoga there. I hope you're doing yoga. Yoga's great. Dawn saying, I'd like to sit on horses and drink wine. I've done both at the same time. Like it. Yeah. Just sitting on the horse, drinking. But it didn't end well. But at least you tried, Dawn. At least you tried. The wine and the... I can imagine. That's funny. Anyway, Sandra's saying, Tiny Meat Pete. I've been there. I moved to a different country. Yeah. Yeah. Purple pancakes. Pure pancakes. Well, it's pancake day tomorrow, pure pancakes. It's your fucking day, mate. How do your eyebrows have eyebrows? What the fucking hell, lad? Pure pancakes. They're just my eyebrows, man. It's your day tomorrow. It's pancake. Is it pancake day tomorrow? Or it's soon? So enjoy your fucking pancake day. And just look at your own eyebrows and admire them in the mirror. That's what I'd do if I was you. Dawn saying, why do your... What? I don't know. Sandra's saying, get the hell out, Tiny Meat Pete. You can't heal in spaces that have broken you. Have I missed something? I don't know the full context to that. Sorry. That Tiny Meat Pete saying they're not aware, so I didn't get the full information, so I don't know. But you can't heal in spaces that brought you. That's true. Very difficult. Really difficult. You need your own energy, your own sanctuary, your own space. It's a lot. I think you can heal and you can manage it the best you can, but it's much better to have your own space, let's say. Sandra's saying, LOL, pure pancakes. How do you have no brain? Pure Pancake says, if I don't have a brain, how can I tell you are being an ass? Pure Pancakes, you're the one that's come on here. We don't know you, and you're being rude, and you're judging my eyebrows, asking me questions about my eyebrows. And also, that kind of question does not show much intelligence, does it, really? It's a bit dumb, sadly. Hopefully that you'll, I don't know what you'll do. I don't know what to say. Be nice. Or just all you do, when you get your finger, you fucking flick it. You flick the phone and then you fuck off and you go somewhere else. I'm not being very spiritual there, am I? Anyway, so don't be rude to people on here. No, not tolerating it. It's all good. Anyway, I'll shut up. I need to be... Anyway, I'll shut up. I'll let it go. There you go. It's gone. Dawn saying, blood's thicker than water is the words of many toxic family members. Yeah, it is. It's an old school saying. It's a shitty old saying. Yes, I'm a cunt, but you should enable me. Yeah, that's it. Yes, I'm a cunt, but you should enable me because I'm blood related to you. And yeah, you should tolerate my bullshit. Which is completely wrong, of course. For sure it's going, oh, drama. Zuki saying, off for the night now. Take care, everyone. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Zuki. Good night. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Anyway, I'll keep going. Sandra's saying, yes, Dawn. We're family. Therefore, I can gaslight you and treat you like shit. Yep. Pursuer is eating non-existent popcorn. I hope you got a... For sure. I hope that you got a big... I hope that you got a big one. I hope you got a big one of that non-existent popcorn. Sandra's saying good night to Zuki. Dawn says good night to Zuki. Pursuer says Zuki was here. Yes. Sandra's saying, Pursuer, LOL, you need to get with the program. Zuki says, LOL. Dawn says Zuki was, don't know. Peshua says I. Sandra says Zuki, sending love and respect. You missed the mighty Zuki. Dawn is saying. Zuki saying, sending love and respect and laughing. We love Zuki, absolutely. Peshua wants to give them a hug. It's very kind of you, Peshua. Sandra's then saying, oh, Peshua, that's definitely a nice thing to do. Zuki's a legend, absolutely. Absolutely. Very kind, wise person, amongst other things. MWI99, are you Nazi? Wow. Are you Nazi? What do you think? Are you Nazi? I've got a skinhead. Doesn't mean I'm a skinhead. No, I'm not a Nazi. No. MWI99, are you a Nazi is the question. Peshua is saying what? Sanders saying agreed to Dawn. Zuki saying bless, rest, well, lovely people. Thank you, Zuki. Zuki, you too. Take care, Sanders says. Dawn says goodbye to Zuki. Dawn saying, I tried, Brad. Me and a friend went out with a backpack and a bottle of wine on the way back. She landed in the park and I landed in a field. Shit, yeah, your coordination is going to be completely off. Santa's saying, tomorrow's Pancake Day, Shropshire Tuesday, Shropshire. Oh, nice. Has anyone doing anything for Pancake Day? A Shrove Tuesday, as they call it. Not Shropshire Tuesday, Sander. Shrove Tuesday. But we'll call it that anyway, just because it's weird, isn't it? Fuck it, we'll go with it. Dawn says, oh, Sander. Shrove, LOL, not Shropshire, yeah. Yeah. Sander's saying, ha ha ha, Dawn, don't drink and ride horses. Yeah, I bet it's hard enough just riding a horse when you're sober. Dawn says, Carol said Polish people have Donut Day on the 12th of February. I think they might be beating us there, you know, Dawn. Would you rather have Shrove Tuesday or Donut Day? Donut Day sounds like a good day, man. Sandra's saying, Dawn, yes, Croatians do too. Joe, we're missing out. These Eastern Europeans, they have Donut Day. I've never heard of Donut Day until right now. What's it for though? Is it just fuck it, we're gonna eat donuts today day? Or is it because there's a hidden meaning? Don't say, oh my God, I missed it. Peshua says, my nails. I meant to bite my nails. Okay. Bite your nails, Peshua. Go for it. Sandra's saying, last year, I made donuts. They were amazing, but a pain in the ass to make, LOL. So I'm making pancakes instead. Dawn's laughing. Flick your phone and fuck off. Yeah. I need to be careful. But it's right, though, Dawn. It's right. You're coming on here being rude. People are being really rude and whatever. I don't know. It's there you go. I think sometimes you need that in life. That response. I'm not saying that's the most mindful response because it's not. Or if you're going to say something like that as boundary, don't get angry. Don't get upset. Say a bit and then just move on. Anyway. Dawn saying, my favourite saying is, off you fuck. Off you fuck. Yeah, that works. That's pretty good. I've never used that combination before, actually, Dawn. Is that a Scottish saying? I've never used that particular one in that order, but it works. It's good. It's ends with a good sharp word as well in a bit, and then that's it. Sandra's saying, laughing. 86 Tibbs. Hi, 86 Tibbs. My name's Brad. Thank you to anyone that's liked and subscribed, by the way. Appreciate you all. Tibbs, 86 Tibbs is going, bro. Nice to meet you, by the way. Dawn saying, when you're at the rugby next year, you should both come ride horses around the park. Wow. Really? That'd be amazing. Dawn, I might take you up on that. Let me think about it. That'd be amazing. Sandra would love it. Sandra would love it more than I would. I'd love it as well. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Pursuer is then saying, I'm nearly finished, yay. I don't know, what if you finished, Pursuer? Dawn saying, can we see? Not yet, sorry. Pursuer saying, not ready yet, sorry, Dawn. It's a Dawn saying. You can say it really cheerfully. Yeah, you can. Do it with a smile on your face after you've delivered it. Dawn saying, yes, really, please do. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Let me think. I need to think about that, but thank you for the offer. It's very kind. Yeah. And it sounds amazing. Obviously, to you, horse is your everyday part of your life, but to the majority of people, they're not. Anyway, yeah. One sec, I'll have some water. So I'm going to do a little bit of talking, of course. I'll read the comments as they go along. I'm just going with the flow now. I've basically been contemplating. There's been a lot of upheaval at the place I work at. There's a lot of people that have been let go of the job. A lot of people that have been doing crazy things that I can't even mention on here in my job, within my workplace. And it's left loads of positions available, band 6 positions available. And I think about it, and I think to myself, do I go for it? Do I do it? But a big part of me loves doing this. And a lot of my time and energy goes into this. My spare time, etc., etc. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I enjoy doing. My job at the hospital, I like doing it. Don't get me wrong, I like doing my job. But it takes a lot of my energy. It pays the bills. It keeps a roof over my head. It lets me to do the things I enjoy. It lets me to buy nice clothes, etc., etc. It's really good. I really appreciate it. But this is what I love doing. And if I was going to do a band 6 role, I'd be really good at it. However, it'd take more of my energy and my time. Therefore, being able to do this less. And I want to do this more, not less. So I'm contemplating whether to go for it or do it or not. I don't think I'm even the chosen one either. There's certain people, I'm going on a bit now. There's certain people, I don't know, they might play the game more. They might be more interested in there's people that are being, let's say, sponsored or more favoured than I am to do these band 6 roles. But also what I think to myself is, why do I just want to go for a band 6 role? You're in a box. I don't want to be in a box. I want to get out of the box. Being in a box in the NHS is you're stuck. No matter how good you are, you're only earning so much money. And that's your lot. That's your lot. It's not all about money, I get it. It's not. But it's having that financial freedom. And, I'm not going to... I could put all my energy into the NHS. I could be fucking brilliant. The best ever. Not that I'm the best ever, but I could be the best ever. Or whatever. I'd only achieve so much within that. It's a very rigid totalitarian system as well, with policies and fucking this, that, the other. I prefer to be more free if I can. That's what I want to work towards. Anyway, that's my little rant. I'll shut up now. Anyway. Dawn's then saying, your Teddy doesn't look happy, Brad. I just noticed him. Yeah, it's fucking... Yeah. There you go. Chronically unimpressed. That's Timmy. It's actually from a brand called Jellycat, which is that. They make plushies. So check them out. Check Jellycat out. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just having him as a little mascot in the background. I thought, why not? Yeah, I just like his fucking... he looks pissed off. Chronically unimpressed. Yeah, that's Timmy the Turtle with his little je ne sais quoi fucking shit going on. He's got love hearts on the back. He's got his little French stripy jumper on and a cravat and a upside down smile. So what more do you need? There you go. Yeah. It's Timmy the Turtle, Dawn, yes. Dawn says, any news on your promotion? Have you changed your mind? I've just been speaking about that. I'm going to go for it. And I just, honest to God, I don't even give a shit. I couldn't give less of a shit about it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't. But I'm going to go for it anyway. That takes the pressure off. So I'm just going to turn up. I'm going to be myself. I'm going to do an amazing interview. That's what I'm going to do. And then they might give it me, they might not. If they do give it me, I might take it, I might not. I don't, but the problem is you go up that level, there's so much more responsibility. You turn around, there's no one there. Because the buck stops with yourself, you know what I mean? So it's just, I suppose it's having a bit of courage to do it. But anyway, we'll see. They've not put the jobs out yet. It takes ages for them to put the jobs out. Don't say he needs some pancakes. Yes, he does. Sander, you need to make Timmy some pancakes, please. What do you want on them? He wants Nutella on them and strawberries. Thanks. He is a turtle, yes, Dawn. Dawn's saying, sounds like too much for spelling, selling soul. Fucking you've hit a nail on the head. It's a lot of responsibility. You don't get much more money. You're dealing with surgeons more directly, which you think, oh, that's interesting. You're dealing with all these surgeons, that's great. Some of them are all right. Some of them are fucking arseholes. They really are. And you're responsible for getting all loads of equipment in and all this, that, the other. You're selling your soul in a way. And some of the policies and procedures that they have, I think it's bullshit and I don't like it. It's very rigid, very controlling. And doesn't align with who I am. If I'm completely honest, I'm a little bit of a nonconformist on the sly. I'm a little bit of a nonconformist. Obviously, I've got to do what I've got to do within the rules when you're working with fucking sterile fucking instruments and whatever. Of course, I'll do that. But some of the bullshit, I'm not too impressed with it. Anyway, don't say Timmy the Depressed Turtle. Oh, yeah. Don't say I used to work with a guy called Pissed Off Pete. What was Pissed Off Pete's story? Why was he called that? Interesting. Yes, Sander. Sander's saying when you give up, you lose resistance, and that's usually when it happens. Fucking exactly. Yeah. When you stop giving a fuck. It's like what that guy said ages ago on here. He might have been there, I don't know. He said it's like having a feather on your hands. It'll just land on you. But you're not trying. You're just neutral. You don't give a fuck. Just like, yeah, it just comes. But when you try to grab it, you lose it kind of thing. Dawn saying he just moaned constantly, Sander. Oh. Sounds like a delight, that. Can we meet him? Get him on here. No, don't. Oh, chronic complainer. Fucking hell. There's nothing wrong with complaining. There's nothing wrong with venting. We all do it. It's healthy. But when it's chronic, and it's really annoying when they fucking don't do anything about it. They don't do anything about it. All they do is moan, 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 and then moan some more. And then, like, what you doing about it, you dick? And you're moaning about it. You're not happy. And then they just carry on. And then if you talk about something positive, they'll withdraw a little bit. If you talk about something that's uplifting or go, oh, I really enjoy this, they'll just withdraw a little bit or they won't be happy. But as soon as you start to moan, their eyes light up like, yes, we've got some more negativity to moan about. Like, ooh, this is great. Anyway, Dawn said it really suited him. What, the moaning? Well, he was doing what he was good at. Sander's saying he sounds like a dream, Dawn. Well, we can arrange some. I'm joking. We can arrange some rendezvous there with this fucking morning miserable cunt. I don't know who this person is. Sorry. Anyway, Lachlan, do you believe in Jesus? Do you want me to be honest? No, I don't. I do believe that the Bible has a lot of good sayings, a lot of positive quotes. I do believe that it helps people. I do respect anyone that believes in whatever they want to believe in. But me personally, I don't believe in that. I believe in the other side. I believe in spirituality. I believe we're all connected. I believe that all religions point to the same thing, to source. You might not agree with me, which is fine. But that's my belief anyway. And I do believe that you don't need to follow religion to be a good person. You don't. It can help people, don't get me wrong. It can be great. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. That's my honest opinion. You don't have to agree with me, by the way. Each their own. Don't say he was a nightmare, Sander. What this morning come? Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds it, Sander's saying, yeah. Sky fishing, read this. I'll read it, Skyfish. Lord of the higher board, Prince of the air, I honour your ancient strength. Beelzebub, grant me the clarity to see through the swarm of lies and the power to command my own destiny. That's interesting. Sky fishing, my name's Brad. Thank you for sharing. Let me just read it again. It's very different. Lord of the higher board, Prince of the air, I honour your ancient strength. Beelzebub, grant me the clarity to see through the swarm of lies. Help me to see through the bullshit. There's so much of that within institutions. The NHS is an institution. It feels like there's a lot of bullshit there sometimes. And the power to command my own destiny. Do you know what? I love that. I'll take that. Sky fishing, thank you for sharing. I don't know if you're still there, but thanks for sharing. I'll take that. I want the power to command my own destiny too. I want to be able to be, yeah. I wish that for everyone else too. Dawn saying is definitely stuck in 3D. Yeah, a chronic complainer like that, Dawn. They're not changing. They're in every. They're all. There's a lot of these people, kind of people out there. They're completely stuck, and they're not changing. It's just a habit. Sanders going laughing and going yikes. Don't say I'm a non-conformist too. Yes, I'll shoot it. I'm a non-conformist too, in my own way. So am I, Dawn. Sanders saying, yep, love it. Sanders, their eyes light up. Yeah, they do. Have you noticed? The ones. Have you noticed? When you complain, and that's their what's it called? That's their campaign, isn't it? That's their fucking thing. That's their crusade. Their complaining crusade. That's what brightens up their shitty little lives. Yeah. Don's saying nothing could please that man. He was a tiny wee thing with glasses who always talks about the army. He was awful. Small, like a Napoleon complex kind of thing. Talking about the past too much. Speaking about the good old days when he was in the army, maybe. That he's not in there anymore. Angry wee bastard. I said it really badly. Yeah. Anyway. Sanders laughing at Dawn. Sanders then saying typical army guy who they never adapt to the actual reality. I don't think I could say that for all of them. But some do. Some just they're stuck in that with that identity, yeah. Some. But not all. Not all. Don't say I avoid ex-army people, to be honest. Most of them are brainwashed. They like to get you when you're young. So they can mold you into what they want you to be. Some, not all though, but some can be very narrow-minded. Yeah. Brainwashed in a way, yeah. Just rigid thinking, one-dimensional thinking, that's it. Yucca Penty. Hi, Yucca Penty. Hey, mate, we're in the same club. Have you got a bald head too, Yucca? Welcome to the fucking follically challenge club, mate. Welcome in. Nice to meet you, by the way. My name is Brad. Stan is saying, thank you to anyone that's liked and subscribed. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Anyway, Stan is saying, I actually dislike army people. Weirdos. I never stop bloody talking about the fucking army. Dudes, you're in the UK, in a town, at work, for fuck's sake. Stuff you. Some, not all. Some. I have some respect for some of them as well, though. They've served the country. It's not an easy job. Not everyone can do it. When it comes to war, you need people that are going to be doing that, as horrible as it is. That I understand where you're coming from when it's just the whole identity and they just go on and on and on. I get it. But not all of them are like that. Don't say the rest are wide awake and saw through the bullshit. Yeah. Sander's saying, Dawn, I worked with the next army dude. He was a huge narc. Yeah. I knew you were on about Sander. Yes. That's a narc, though, as well, on top of all that. That wasn't a good person. Sander, I know exactly what you mean. Dawn saying, I listened to George Hobbs on Fact Hunter radio on Spotify. He's amazing. I also, with this brand, Through Dark, there's the book called The Hard Road Will Take You Home. It's about resilience. And the guy that wrote it is the guy that's one of the founders of Through Dark. And he used to be in the SAS, very wise person, very strong person. And yeah, positive example of someone that used to be in the army, let's say. I've never heard of George Hobbs, by the way, on Fact Hunter. Let's check that out. Dawn saying, yeah, I found a lot of feelers superior to us. That's where the arrogance is, Dawn, and they're not fucking superior. No one's, that's the ego, isn't it? Thinking it's superior. And they also see, what do they classify? People, normal people as civvies. We're just civvies. So we're better than you kind of thinking. That can happen in any job. That can happen in any job when the ego takes over. Again, Dawn, what's that? 3-dimensional. It's a fuck. Instead of saying, Dawn, all the while, they're just losers. When they behave in that way, I'd agree. Santa's saying, I've been in the army, I see some pics. And the truth is, guess what? Most people, they don't really give a shit. Sounds harsh, that, but there you go. Dawn says, yeah, no. 810. Hello, I'm drunk. Can you do a dance? I'll eat the chocolate on if you do. Wow, that sounds like a fucking good deal, 810. I can't believe you've just offered me this chance of a lifetime to do a little dance for you while I eat fucking chocolate. Cheers. Anyway, Sander's laughing her ass off. Pursuer is perplexed. The poor lad is perplexed now. He hasn't got a fucking clue what's going on. Sander says hi to Pursuer. What's a chocolate omif? Who knows? Something weird. Dawn wants... Shit. Dawn would like one of those delicacies, those chocolate omifs, please. Can you deliver them? It's like a chocolate, but different. Oh, yeah, chocolate, yeah. Thanks, yeah. What the fuck's a chocolate? Do I really want to know? Chucky what? The brain cells are melting right now. I've just lost the last 3 I have. They've fucking gone. They've just been fried. Fuck me. Anyway, a Chucky what? I don't know, Dawn. You might find out soon, though, if you're lucky. Chucky la. It's like a choc, but late. Okay. Dawn saying war is to sell weapons and agendas now. Yeah, there's a lot of profit in it. A lot of suffering in it. It's usually working class young men that are a cannon fodder. 1111. Just appreciating the angel number now. But yeah, absolutely, Dawn. A lot of people suffer from it as well. Usually young men that have to go to war, frontline. Not good. Awful. Anyway, for sure saying, I really want to be in the army when I grow up. It can be a good thing for sure. It can give you good discipline and structure and fitness. It can set yourself up for a good career if you get through it all intact. It can make you a very well-rounded, disciplined person. It can be really good for you. As long as you don't attach your ego to it, I suppose, too much. But it can be good. And it makes you employable when you leave, potentially. Dawn saying she fucking hates it when the chocolate is late. Yeah. Nothing worse than that, is there, Dawn? Than when the chocolate's late. There's nothing worse in the world than what can you do yourself? I don't know. Sanders is saying yep, and they couldn't give a flying fuck about you getting killed for your country. Bullshit. True. Absolutely true. 810 is saying more to sell chocolate. Dawn saying how old are you, pursuer? Sanders doesn't like late chocolate either. Pursuer saying 13, but my mental age is 3. I don't think you got a mental age of a 3-year-old. Sanders saying I like my chocolate early. 810 saying oh no, he did a swear. Mr. Lyrical 90. Mr. Lyrical 90. Nice to meet you. My name's Brad. David Goggins, he is cool as fuck. He's a Navy SEAL. I agree. I've read his book. I think he is. I agree. He's admirable. I'd agree. Dawn saying we have a guy at work who is ex-Russian Special Forces. Wow. I really like him, but it's scary if you don't get him. I can imagine. Fucking hell. Ex-Russian Special Forces, Dawn. Wow. Interesting though. Dawn saying find a stick. Sandra said David Goggins, Brad read his book. Yeah, I did. It sounds cool, but she was saying. Vernon, hi Vernon. You've been on here before. Welcome back. How are you, Old English? I'm all right. How are you, Vernon? Someone saying, what the fuck? That's hardcore. Ex-Russian Special Forces, yeah. It sounds terrifying. Most, I don't know. I think it's true a lot of times. A Special Forces person like that won't even talk about it much. Some do, some don't. Don't say fair enough, pursuer. I don't like the arrogance associated with it, though. I don't. It's not the person or the profession that I don't like. It's the arrogance that can be associated with that comes behind that. It doesn't impress me at all. Anyway, pursuer likes Russian people. Do you know what though? I bet there's a lot of Russian people that aren't bad people. Most Russian people don't want to go to war either. They're just told to, or they have to. A lot of Russian people just want to live their lives normally. They want a roof over their head. They want food on the table. They want to be comfortable, and that's about it. Pursuer, thank you, Sanders saying. What does spasiba mean? I don't know, Pursuer. Vernon saying chocolate cake. Well, you can't go wrong with chocolate cake, Vernon. Sanders saying nice means nice to meet you. Pursuer's going, oh. Sanders saying chocolate mousse cake. Okay. Don't say his son speaks really good English, and he said his dad is actually really funny if you speak Latvian. He's actually really nice, but also terrifying. I can imagine. Good to hear that he's actually got a good side, though. Nice side. Oh yeah, I bet he's very good at. He'd be good at doing what he does. Let's say that much. Pursuer saying, I've eaten copper. Okay. Silly boy. Anyway, Santa saying, laughing my ass off. It's a fucking no from me, Dom. Copper or a copper. Pursuer, it shows. The Oreos. Okay. 1301, my favourite chocolate. I don't know what that is. I've never had it. Pursuer, the Oreos are breathing. Wow, what? Are you on any medications, Pursuer? Santa saying which one? Don't saying he comes over for a wee chat, but I usually have no idea what he's saying. Yeah, a bit of language barrier there. Santa's saying laughing my ass off, Don. Oh dear, best kind of conversation. You're difficult. Pursuer saying I've finished. Okay. Conversations. Yay, pursuer. Sandra saying, one moment. Bloody hell. Don said he came up to me one night and said, hey, you, fuel tank, no washing. I wash my fuel tank every day now. Shit. Told you off for having a dirty fuel tank then. Forest Gateau, Vernon. Chocolate cake. It's very nice. For sure he's going to post something. Black Forest Gateau is very nice. Sandra's laughing at Dawn. Sandra says yummy gateau. But she has posted something. I don't know what. Dawn saying, I can't remember saying find a stick. Have I had too much wine? Are you drinking red wine? Is the question. You did say I have a stick, and then nothing else was said after it. That was ages ago. Vernon's then saying, yeah, knowing have some alcohol in forest cake. Sandra's then saying, pursuer, looks like Mona with huge wings. Vernon loves cakes. Of course. Sandra says, laugh my ass off, Dawn. Yep, too much wine for sure. Poor Scrappy. Oh, sorry. Pursuer saying, by the way, Dawn, you can see the drawing now. I don't know where you can see that. Where did you see it? On this channel? Do you have a channel? Dawn saying, I'll look soon, Pursuer. Sandra saying, I'm really tired. Yeah, I'll keep going for a little bit longer. And then I'll stop. Dawn saying, Scrappy's gone to bed. He's had enough of me. He's fucked off. He's like, I've had enough. I've got a long day tomorrow. I'm working 8 until 9, 13 hours. Not a fan, really, of that. But I'll just get on with it. It needs must. What am I doing as well? I'm working 6 days this week. I'm working Sunday. I'm working 5 days this week. Monday to Friday I'm working, and then I'm working Sunday as well. I'm going to do about 55 hours. Needs must. I'm working Sunday. I get paid extra though, so I'm just taking the money if I'm honest. What was I going to say then? So I won't be doing the live on the Sunday morning this week. I'll go live when I can. Don't say anything. Yeah, he's too cute. LOL. Dogs are, yeah. Jack Russell dogs are lovely. If you're saying cake and cookies are lovely, yeah. Go well together. So at some point in the near future, I don't know what else to talk about really, but I'm going to talk about rejection. Not today though. I'm going to talk about rejection, what it feels like, what it can do to a person, and how you can learn and grow from it, I suppose. I could speak about that because I've dealt with it in my life at some point. Yeah, anyway. I'll just take that comment away because that's done. Unpin that. I'm going quiet for a moment, guys. Sorry. I'll do another 5 minutes and then I'm going to go. Wow, interesting, Dawn. Oh, have you heard of RSD, rejection, sensitive dysphoria? No, I haven't. Can you elaborate on that? I think rejection, it affected me in my 20s. Big time. Big fucking time. Because if you get rejected, if you get heartbroken and you get rejected, it can be really, really painful. And then it can affect you. You can affect your relationships for a good few years after it because you just don't want to get hurt again, kind of thinking. Rejection can also make people become, I don't know, less open, more closed. people with CPTSD or ADHD are usually looking for signs of rejection in everyone. Yeah, they're expecting to get rejected. Sometimes that can attract it as well. Interesting. RSD, I'll just write RSD down. Interesting. Something new there. Thanks, Dawn. Imagine getting rejected from the girl you like. Oh, yeah, happens. There's a good chance it's going to happen to most people at some point, especially if you're a guy. Yeah, I don't know, it happen to girls, women as well. Yeah. I don't know what else to say right now, sorry. Going a bit quiet. Imagine getting rejected from the girl you like. Has that happened to you, Vernon? You can feel like you've done your best for someone, you've put everything into it, and then you just get rejected. Dawn, sorry, Dawn, I'm getting a bit tired of myself. I think I had RSD, although I'm getting over it. Rejection sensitive dysphoria. I think I don't know if I had that specific thing because I've not looked into that specific thing that you've mentioned. It sounds very interesting, RSD that you're talking about. But I do believe that in my 20s, especially, a rejection did hold me back. It kept me on my own for a while, but maybe I needed to be on my own. I was on my own for a long time. You really had some positive stuff happening recently. Do you know what? Amazing, Dawn. Hope that continues. What's been happening, if you don't mind me asking? Are you still going to? Are you still doing the therapy sessions? I'm assuming you are. You're just using an example, Vernon. No worries. Thanks for sharing your example. Thanks for sharing. Neurodivergent people have a lot of rejection or experience a lot of it. I can imagine that a lot of that comes from being misunderstood, underestimated, misunderstood. When people don't understand you, they're not going to align with you as well, are they? They might think, oh, that person's a bit different. That person, I don't understand that person. They're a bit weird or whatever, so they reject. That's what I think off of the top of my head. You've seen it between friends, Vernon? Yeah. It's a common occurrence. It happens. And sometimes, Vernon, it can be, what was I going to say then? If someone goes too aggressive, if a guy goes after a girl, he's really interested in her, he really likes her, it shows interest, but keeps going and going and going, too needy, too much. It can be very off-putting and therefore increases the chances of rejection too. If you seem too desperate, that can be off-putting. Anyway. Pashua says, I like hamburgers. Do you know what? So do I, Pashua. Empress Bunny. Hello, Empress Bunny. My name's Brad. Nice to meet you. Hold up. Hold up what? What are we holding up? Elaborate. Dawn said she's still going to therapy and getting some memories back, etc., and came out with a disassociated feeling a bit. It's given me some anxiety, but it's worth it to feel present again. Wow. Then it's not easy, that. And I don't know if it was me, like, I wouldn't want to do too much at once. Like, do a bit, have a rest, kind of thinking. I don't know what your logic on that is, but you're doing amazing, doing so well. Knowing you, I think you're just going to keep doing it. You're not going to stop. Once you squeeze the toothpaste out of the toothpaste, once you squeeze the toothpaste out of the tube, you can't put the toothpaste back in anyway. Sometimes, once you start to work on things and you're squeezing all the shit out, the toothpaste out, let's say, you can't put it back in. It's just like it's out there now. So that type of analogy. Sorry, my words are losing me. My communication is hindered at the moment. Sorry. Pashua is asking a question mark. Vernon saying, yeah, hamburgers with pizza. I've never had hamburgers with pizza, Vernon. However, they're both nice. Empress is saying, Pursuer, aren't you the guy who made that goofy art of golden cheese? Who knows, Empress? I think you, right? I don't know. Dawn saying, yeah, hamburgers, not from Hamburg, by the way. Are they not? Where are they from? Pursuer saying, yeah, I'm feeling peace, Vernon says. Dawn says, it's hard as fuck, but I'm going with it. Yeah. Keep saying it. The hard road will take you home. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It really isn't. Most people don't do it. They don't get there. But keep going, Dawn. Keep going. I'm assuming that there's days when you just go, oh, sorry, I'm explaining it the best I can. You're fucking doing all right. You're doing well. You know, like steady progress. And then all of a sudden it gets messy somewhere. You start to feel anxious or down or tired, or you feel like you're overwhelmed. And it feels like you've gone all the way back to the start again, but you haven't, but it feels like you have. And I think it's just managing those moments. I don't think healing from trauma, especially childhood trauma or whatever, is easy at all. And it's not a straight line. It's a bit messy. The back and forth kind of thing that goes on with it. Sorry, I'm explaining that the best I can. My mind's not quite as sharp as it usually is right now. So Empress is saying, just stop, go back to paper. But she said, but I don't have paper. Empress is saying, what the fuck has happened to your secret stash? She's saying, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, guys. Dawn said, I keep thinking about what Sandra said about it's like hygiene for your mind. Absolutely bang on. Cleaning the mind out. Finding new neural pathways, isn't it? From the trauma. Putting new... trying to get the words out. Building new neural pathways, really, innit? So you've got trauma, certain ways of behaving, certain ways of reacting, and then just finding new ways of reacting to replace those old pains, those old traumas, etc. It's like hygiene for your mind. Yeah, it's a really good way of saying it. Vernon saying, I'm on my way out, good for pizza. Enjoy your pizza, Vernon. Empress is saying, did you eat it? She's saying, no, it's my friend who eats paper. Empress saying, no, yeah, I call bullshit, right? Guys, Empress, Bunny, and Pursuer, I don't know what you guys do. Anyway. Don't say they are from Hamburg, but don't contain ham, Jesus, rice. I've had too much wine. I've got The Body Keeps a Score on audiobook. What's that like? I highly recommend it. The Body Keeps a Score. I've not seen that. I'm reading, what am I reading? God. Letting Go. I think it's by someone called Hawkins. Letting Go, and it talks about letting go is a really good book. And it's about, basically explains 3D to 5D consciousness levels. It's really interesting. Letting Go. So The Body Keeps a Score. I think I've heard of it, but I've not looked at it. So I need to look at that. Thanks. Building new pathways is exactly what's happening. Sorry, I didn't explain it perfectly, Dawn. But yeah, building new pathways takes time, though. And it's it's reparenting, isn't it? Relearning new ways of thinking. And unlearning. Sometimes it's unlearning the ways that don't serve you so much anymore, serve you well anymore. Pippa saying, keep shining, King. Thank you, Pippa. How are you? Hope you're okay. Pippa saying, be nice, kids. Gabba Mate is amazing. Yes, Dawn, about a Gabba Mate. Absolutely agree. Amazing. Sanders, I think Sanders heard of that, yeah. PS3, nice eyebrows. Thank you. Right, guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I think I've done enough. Thanks for anyone that's liked. Thanks for anyone that's subscribed. Thank you for being here. Dawn saying I've been listening to him at work. Gabba Mate. I need to look more into that, but I've heard of him. Pippa, hi Pippa. I'm good. I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. I don't care what we're talking about and I gotta go. Just scroll past, recognize you from last time, missing you, chap. Oh, thanks, Pippa. Sorry, I'm ending soon. I've got a long day at work tomorrow. Yeah, nice to see you on here again. How are you? Hope you're okay. Hope you're doing well. Good night, Brad. Dawn says, good night. I'm going to call it a day. So anyway, I'll end with this. Thank you for watching. Empress, Bunner, and Pursuer. I don't know where you're going down. Fuck knows what you guys are doing. But be kind to each other. Be nice to each other. That's all I've got to say. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for your time. I will be doing another live at some point in the week, but I'll release the live on my channel. Just check out the community section of my channel. Thank you for anyone that's liked and subscribed. Yeah, thank you for your time. So I'm going to get some sleep. Thank you. Good night and goodbye.